morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson, Sports Center, brought to you by Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison, home of smoke-free slots and the highest payout percentage in the area. Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison, more spins, more wins, more fun. It's a victory Monday for the Green Bay Packers. Packers first took the lead in the final 2 minutes of yesterday's game, but ultimately prevailed 27-23 for their first road win of the 2025 season, and it comes over the Arizona Cardinals. Jordan Love finishes the game 19 of 29, 179 yards passing. Just the one touchdown pass was to tight end Tucker Kraft, who was targeted 10 times, had 5 catches for 58 yards and the score. Josh Jacobs was questionable before the game, ultimately was good to go, carried it 13 times for 55 yards and a couple of touchdown runs. Lots to talk about following the Packers' victory over the Cardinals, improving to 4-1-1 on the season, including on Wilde and Tausch from 9 to noon this morning here on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. And then, of course, there was that Badger football game on Saturday, 34-0 loss to Ohio State. Barry Alvarez Show, 2 hours tonight, 6 to 8.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com. Three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
There aren't any Jasons 12 and under. That's a dead name.
Packers Hall of Famer, Mark Tauscher.
How many kids do you hear, hey, Marky? It might be almost to the point of Ruth.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio.
You love that name so much, you don't even go by it.
On 100.5 ESPN.
If you call me Mark, I'm fine. I like my name. I like my name a lot.
The ESPN Wisconsin app.
Wilde and Tausch.
And ESPN Madison on YouTube.
It's Wilde and Touch, isn't it?
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
The Monday edition, the Victory Monday if you're a Green Bay Packers fan edition. Not a Victory Monday if you're a Badgers fan edition. And I was just asking Jesse, did the Brewers lose game 4 on, was that Friday? Feels like forever ago, but it's also not a Victory Monday for them as their season comes to an end in the NLCS as they are swept by the mighty Dodgers. And Shohei Ohtani, here's your baseball insight from a football writer. He's good edition of Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and, of course, everything you need on the all-new, all-redesigned, all-free, all-customizable, and a fine alternative if you are a Spotify fan and still frustrated like Tausch and I are that we haven't gotten that fixed. Spotify's fault. We're trying. Write your congressman. The ESPN Wisconsin app, which is available, by the way, in both the Apple and Android app stores. I'm Chase Wilde in Green Bay. Jesse Nelson is in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios alongside his intern Dunzo. And he is also alongside, not only is he a Packers Hall of Famer, but he and many other legends of the field, Barry Alvarez Field, Camp Randall Stadium, were celebrated as the University of Wisconsin celebrated its Rose Bowl champions.
Now, those were the days.
and then did not score a point at home for the second consecutive week. He is Mark Tauscher. Tausch, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing good, buddy. How are you guys doing?
Great. Looked like a very fun day and weekend for you with the reunion. You sent me a picture of you and Derek Engler with Chili now. Did you get him to say, clowns are funny now, or fool me twice, the game room's closed? Did you get any of those quotes out of your old offensive coordinator?
I think we did. We did get him. I do have his number, and we will be having Brad Childress on at a time of, even though I had promised I'd given up booking guests, somebody's got to do it. So Brad Childress, I don't know when we're going to do it, but we'll get
Eagles
Brad
week?
I was thinking off season, maybe.
Oh,
Who's-
Vikings week?
Vikings is who he's most known for coaching, right?
Probably, yeah.
Was he the coach when Favre with the Vikings played the Packers for the
Yes,
first
he
time?
picked him up at the airport, remember?
Well, maybe this would be an
Is
appropriate...
Favre coming back for the Vikings?
No, but this
Are you
week
rooting for
is-
the Vikings again, Jesse?
No, but
Okay.
this week is Rodgers' revenge game.
I don't
Similarities.
think no, this week is gonna. This week's
It's not
got
good-
its. This
it's not
week's
good
got
for
its merit.
Tausch.
No, it's fine for me. I just we don't need any. I think we're in a pretty good place as far as that. We'll get Chili on. We'll figure out when is a good time for him, when's a good time for us, and we'll make that work. But it was great catching up. They had Jim Huber was back, John Palermo, Phil Elmasian. We had a lot of coaches back, a lot of guys from the 93 team back. There's a lot of crossover, obviously, with the 98 and the 99 teams. So it was awesome. The university did a fantastic job of getting everybody back, and we had a nice event Friday. Went down to Wando's and Jay's, which is a nice little new spot down there.
What?
Yeah, he's got a new spot. He's got 2 spots down there.
Wow. Did he ask you to work a bouncer shift?
No, we did have some laughs about that, but I did promise that I shouted him out 3 or 4 times on the broadcast because he did do a great job. He helped. We had a really fun time out there on Friday, and then what did we do Saturday? There's a game, right?
Well, it was a game.
I tuned in for a little bit. I heard Matt Davenport and Brooks Bollinger hanging out with you guys.
Yeah, we kind of had a plan in place in case things went, unfortunately, the way I think a lot of us thought they may go. And that plan
good
was
plan.
executed pretty well for the second half of that game.
So I do have a confession to make. As you know, I like to support you and Matt, and I like to set up my Varsity app to play the radio call that you guys do along with the game. I was in a car for a period, so I did get to hear some of you on the broadcast. But because I thought this was going to be the last time they did a Badgers game, I went with Brad Nessler and Gary Danielson.
Okay.
When I watched on TV, I mean those guys. I swear you and Matt are the voices now. Obviously on the radio, but when it came to TV, it felt like during that 93 run, they were doing games all the time. And then for much of that back half of the 90s, they were joking about how much time they spent with Barry Alvarez. They were almost like the guys that did Badger football on TV.
Rumor has it Jesse may have secured those guys for the Barry Alvarez showdown at the Hard Rock Casino Rockford tonight. That's the rumor that I'm hearing.
Shut the front door.
Yeah.
That
Get
is
both of them.
incorrect. I don't know where you heard that rumor from.
I had heard that you had worked together.
I didn't know
book
Jesse
those guys.
booked guests.
Well, he typically doesn't, but
No, I do not have Brad
that
Nessler
would have been
and
fun.
Gary
You should
Danielson
have
ready
those
to
guys on. I don't think
It's a really good idea.
I mean, you're going to get a bunch of clip-worthy stuff tonight. I got a hunch, but it would. I think it might be good to kind of go down memory lane down there in Hard Rock. Yeah, you had get Bradshaw to join you. You could have a full night.
Terry Bradshaw also not scheduled to appear, but Tarek, Derek, Barry, and I will be there. And rumor has it that from the festivities this weekend, there is at least one special guest that is scheduled to appear with us tonight.
That's awesome.
It's a former player. I'll keep it a mystery as to
That's
who
good.
it is
Mysteries
until we
are fun.
lock some things down. But I would guess maybe more than one may appear tonight with
Big
us.
mystery guy. All right. I don't know how you guys... I prefer the recency bias of discussing what occurred yesterday in Wisconsin sports.
Thank God for and I said this on the post-game show last night. Thank God that Jerry Jones decided to trade Micah Parsons to the G&G, because without Micah last night, we ain't winning.
No, you're right.
Without Matt LaFleur's stoning up, and going for it. We ain't winning.
Gutsy.
It was he's stoned up, and I don't know if he wanted to. He felt like he had to. We kicked that field goal there. We're beat. We're losing the game. And so a lot of people were very critical of Matt LaFleur again, especially the way the first half played out. Okay, we can have that discussion too. I gave Matt LaFleur my dog of the game.
Wow!
And because, Micah was too easy.
What an honor!
The fruit was too low-hanging.
Yeah, sure.
I thought Tucker Kraft could have been a low-hanging fruit guy. There's 4 or 5
Lucas
guys.
Havlicek? Is he low-hanging fruit or is he midway up the tree?
He was, too. I kept calling him John Havlicek because it's a tough name, like Lucas Havlicek, but he's earned it. He has earned it. And we were Lucas Havlicek, and I don't think Green Bay can put him on a practice squad.
Well, they'd have to release him first, and I would assume someone would claim him.
I think they have to. I said this. I put this out on Twitter last night. I think they have to keep 2 kickers.
Well, they carried 51 guys on their roster for a while.
Yeah, I'm
there.
saying
so.
You don't get rid of him. The first time you got to see McManus, and somebody's like, "Oh, get rid of McManus." No. Let's not get crazy.
Now, wait a minute here.
But we're going to keep 2 kickers on the roster, I would think, for the foreseeable future. And if the New York Giants call tomorrow and give you a 7th-round pick, I'm not even sure. I mean, I think you do it. But I don't know how – I'm not dead set on it. So, Micah, thank you, because this was a debacle waiting to happen. The volleyball team gets beat. Brewers get swept. Obviously, what happened at Camp Randall was not good on Saturday. And then we're sitting here flutter-buttering around.
Flutter-butter.
Having the Cardinals beating us up. And it's looking as if I don't know what the hell they're doing on 4th and 1, trying to sneak for a full yard. That was idiotic.
It was almost 2 yards, too.
No, it was really dumb. I don't know. Thank you for doing that. But if that game goes the other way, I think meltdown. It would have been going from Throttle City to Meltdown City, so the Packers salvaged what was otherwise a brutal weekend here, and I think now people are starting to look at this, and there's still a lot of things to work through, no question. Mm-hmm. But I really felt like yesterday's storylines, and I did not read your stories yet. This was about stars being stars when the stars needed to shine, and that's what we saw last night. Jordan with a great throw to Tucker. LaFleur making a decision that he had to do, and Micah Parsons closing up shop.
Yep.
Your stars have to make star plays. That's how you win field tilting plays. They tilted the field. They found a way to beat. I think a Cardinals team that's probably better than we give them credit for. And you found a way. You move it along. It's not the prettiest. It's not going to be good enough to win, as Xavier McKinney told his team after. But you need to find ways to win these games, and he did it. Kudos to that squad for pulling that off last night.
Yeah, I that was a great quote, and we'll get to that coming up. I like the fact that he's holding them and himself accountable for the way they're performing. But they are 4-1-1, one of only 3 teams in the National Football League with just 1 loss. They have, I guess, 1.5 losses, if you want to look at it that way. But I want to get into Matt LaFleur. I'm sorry, what's the phrase we're using? Stoning up?
Well, we can use whatever phrase you want. He's stoned up, yes. Yeah, I mean, that was...
Well, that's what I'm asking.
I think most of us thought the field goal was the right
LaFleur
play.
thing to do.
But this all gas, no blanks, and scared money don't make money, and all this other stuff.
How about that? He stole that from you.
I stole it from somebody else. I think you look at it and you say, you need to understand. And Homer brought up a good point.
How many times has that been said?
He does occasionally. Was that a lack of trust in the defense that he did that?
No, it was. Look, as much as we can and should.
He doesn't get that. Use the timeout. He is getting killed today.
Yeah.
Killed.
1,000% agree. So, as he explained it, and as you can read on channel3000.com, Jordan Love comes to the sideline, and he, as he calls that timeout to kind of reconsider his decision, and this is where he used the scared money don't make money line. He looks at Jordan Love, and he can see the look of, and I quote, disdain on his face. And Matt LaFleur changes course. And instead of a Lucas Havlicek 47-yard field goal attempt, which, by the way, the guy's made every kick he's kicked. He is 10 for 10. 5 extra points, 5 field goals, including the longest successful field goal in Green Bay Packers history.
That's pretty good.
61 yards.
Had another 5 in him, too.
He calls the field goal unit back, sends Jordan Love out there. And by the way, Jordan Love, that play, I went back and looked at it because, I'm a big film guy, and I'm starting to see, again, that while Nate Hobbs may be physical, his coverage is not exactly what they're looking for at the moment. We'll get to that a little bit later. But it's a trips left group that's bunched together. Matthew Golden runs an out. Malik Willis runs a pivot route.
Malik Willis.
Malik Heath. Sorry, thank you.
Actually, no, that would actually have been more fun.
That would have been really tricky. That would have been bold.
What? I mean, I would have been
two guys on the field that could throw it at the same time. And Tucker Kraft runs the corner route, and he's open, and Love makes the perfect throw. He makes sure that he gets it there, puts the proper amount of air under it. It was a huge play in the game, obviously, but it was also executed properly, as opposed to, say, the 4th and 1 sneak that, A, I don't know why they did that. Just punt the ball away. You're leading at that point. And B, I'm not sure the play call was all that smart, considering it was almost 2 yards for the Cardinals that they needed to get on that sneak. So one coach, gutsy and dumb. The other coach, gutsy and proven right by his quarterback and his tight end and the whole crew offensively. But look, that's how you go win games. And Tausch, my question for you, before we get to positives, negatives, and calls and texts, is what does this tell you about this team? Because LaFleur was asked, I believe, by Pete Doherty after the game, what do you make of where your team is at through 6 games? And the quote was, a long, long way from the team we want to be. We were far from perfect. But it's a good thing to win when you're far from perfect and be sitting where you are despite all those imperfections, right?
We have to start looking at September and October a little bit more differently than what we used to. There's more games, one. Preseason is less valuable than it's ever been. And you're kind of working through things as regular season games go. And finding ways to win, especially early, these first 2 months, you just can't fall out of it. The Chiefs were, 2-3, and everybody was kind of questioning them.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Philadelphia yesterday, they're 4-0. Everybody's questioning them. They're 4-2. They get to go up and get a big win in Minnesota. This is not your finished product, and I understand how everything is week to week, and we analyze, and we're part of it. Analyze, we go through every little thing, but this is not your finished product, and the offense is showing signs of being the offense that you want to have, but they're way too inconsistent. And if we're having this conversation in December where Matt LaFleur is like we're playing sloppy football, red flags go up.
Which is what he said last year.
Exactly, like they did last year. So when you're kind of looking at this thing holistically, you're winning. You're 4-1-1. If Detroit wins tonight, you have the best record in the NFC. And you're sitting here and you're not even sniffing your best ball yet. Mm-hmm. That's not a bad place to be. So while there are a lot of things to fix and to work through, no question, I think the offense, it hasn't quite figured out what you found out when push comes to shove, and we said this last night on the postgame show. That wasn't a play. That was get the ball to Tucker Kraft. Jordan Love didn't even look anywhere else. Like if that safety was worth it, if Buddha or whoever was doing it, he had his eyes locked. He knew he was going to 85. It didn't matter what coverage they were doing. 85 was getting that pill because it's about players, not plays at the end of these when you're in the money. Same thing on defense. Micah comes out to get back in there, Opadna. Go make us a play. And he did. And that will continue to improve. You're going to get more guys involved. You'll feel better about what you're doing. But I thought last night was all about We went and got a big-time star player. He closed up shop. Tucker Kraft has emerged as that guy, and Jordan Love and Matt LaFleur, their relationship took another jump level in trust. And all of those things are beautiful if you're a Packers fan.
And you can look at them through the beautiful windows that you had installed by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Indeed, when it comes to your home, well, the smart play is always to trust Gina Della and her team at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. This month, you can score a whole house of new energy-efficient Pella windows for as low as $297 a month with zero interest for up to 60 months. That's like a drive you can sustain for years, keeping your home comfortable, thanks to the incredible defense played by Pella Windows, stopping all of those drafts. Don't wait. Schedule your free consultation today at PellaWI.com.
844-770-3776. 844-770-3776. That is the Carbless Talk and Text line. Less is more. I find myself very curious what the fan feedback shall be today, because I do think that there are some folks that remain very much down on the head coach, and I wonder if maybe they gained some respect for him and appreciation for him with the way he was bold, which is not always what he is, yesterday. I'm curious where Packers fans feel this team is at. I'm curious if I was the only one that was flashing back to October 1993 when a defensive field tilter in his first season with the team had 3 sacks against John Elway late in a game to seal that up, to close up shop, as Tausch would say. 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. Jesse is standing by, waiting for your calls and texts. We'll have our positives and negatives next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here for Pizza Hut. You know how much I've loved Pizza Hut going back to the days when I was a kid participating in their legendary Book It program. I loved Pizza Hut back then, and I love making new memories enjoying Pizza Hut with my family now. Pizza Hut delivers a win every time with the Big Dinner Box. For just $19.99, you get 2 medium, 1-topping pizzas, 8 boneless wings, and 5 breadsticks. Feed your whole team for one unbeatable price. Choose your crust, hand-tossed, pan, thin and crispy, or even tavern style. Order now for delivery or carryout at pizzahut.com or on the Pizza Hut app. The Big Dinner Box for just $19.99, only at Pizza Hut. And remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Hey, this is Rich Eisen. Coming up Monday, my colleague from NFL Network, Colleen Wolfe, hops in the guest host chair. She'll break down all of NFL Week 7 and preview the Monday Night Football doubleheader. That's Monday on The Rich Eisen Show on Disney+, the ESPN app, and ESPN Radio.
What's better than cheering for the Packers with an ice-cold beer in your hand? Cheering for the Packers with an ice-cold beer in your hand that you got for 10% off. And when you get Packers checking from Associated Bank, you get even more. Like 10% off food and 10% off drinks on game day. Like that ice-cold beer in your hand. Plus 15% off Pro Shop gear. Only with Packers checking. Associated Bank. Bank of the Packers. Learn more at associatedbank.com/Packers. Member FDIC.
The pulse of the Milwaukee Bucks, straight from a Bucks legend.
Can't get it off. Marcus Johnson will, though. Can't leave him alone for a 12.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson on Bucks Plus. Marcus and his son Chris offer a weekly beat on Bucks basketball. Get your questions answered and hear from the biggest names in basketball. Find Here District with Marcus Johnson at bucks.com/plus on the Bucks app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Calling all hard seltzer lovers. It's time to keep it tasty with Neutral Vodka Seltzer. Made with real vodka and real juice, Neutral delivers clean, refreshing flavor with every sip. From pineapple to watermelon, orange and lime, there's something for everyone. Perfect for any occasion. And when it's game day, make it a tasty game day with Neutral. The ultimate drink to cheer, chill, and keep it tasty all day long. Neutral, keep it tasty. Enjoy responsibly. 2025 Anheuser-Busch, Neutral, flavored vodka and carbonation. 4.5% alcohol by volume, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hi, I'm John Hayes of Goodman's Jewelers. It's hard to imagine, but Goodman's has been the diamond store of Madison since 1933, which means your parents, maybe even your grandparents might have shopped with us. We maintain the same high standards, honesty, and integrity that kept them coming back time and again. Keep their history and our history alive. Shop Goodman's Jewelers today in the heart of Madison at 220 State Street. We're online at goodmansjewelers.com.
The best is at Goodman's.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious. With multiple engine options and impressive towing, well, Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability.
Nice.
Making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Time out on the field. Let's bring in Gina Della from Pella. What's the winning game plan this month?
Wayne, a whole house of new windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 60 months.
Wow, that's a drive you can sustain for years. No penalties, no extra interest.
And unlike opponents, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin actually stops the drafts.
Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Make your move today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 10/31/2025.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Scared money don't make money. So sometimes you gotta shoot. And when you have confidence in your players, you can't allow something. I realize. I think that was a much different situation where we were on the field in Dallas versus where we were here versus the struggles that we were having moving the football. So, it was a great job by our guys going out there and executing. And if you don't have confidence in your guys, you don't do it. But I got a lot of confidence in our quarterback. I thought our line was doing a pretty good job in protection. I know our receivers can win versus bad leverages, which we had right there. And those guys made a hell of a play.
That is the riverboat gambler, Matt LaFleur.
That's dangerous. Now you don't go for it and you kick. Are you going to be, I didn't trust my guys?
I guess that's one way to look at it.
It's a dangerous game. The circumstances were what they needed to be to do what he did. And I would not be criticizing him if they didn't. Well, I would be criticizing him, but not to the degree that I think a lot of people would.
Listen, so if it hadn't worked, you'd still criticize.
Here's the deal. That's the life that is the life of being a coach, man.
I know.
That you make these big boy decisions, and when they're wrong, you get crucified. That's how it goes.
Scared money don't make money.
And LaFleur made a big boy move.
Go boo in a bar.
I don't love the fact that he had to use a timeout to do it because that limited your effects if things didn't go well.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But
very good point.
I respect the fact that he did. But I'm going to tell you right now, same scenario. You got McManus back, and you kick it. You think Jordan's going to be happy? And then that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying anything else.
Okay, so let me ask you a corollary question to that position, Mr. 7125. Is it a good thing, a bad thing, or just a thing that he allowed his quarterback to influence his decision there? Because you know me, I'm a positive thinker.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
You are Nancy negative, and you're worried about everything.
I worry for sure.
No, that's being negative.
Positive.
Oh my God, my kid! I can't let him water slide down a 3-foot hill. Like, what are you talking about? You're positive.
If you would occasionally read my work, I think you would see that I generally take the positive angles. I did not write about how bad Nate Hobbs was.
I do 15 hours a week with you for 10 years. I know how you operate. No. You're not positive. Jesse, is he positive?
I would not put positivity as one of the top three
Now,
adjectives.
do you look for positive angles to tell stories? Of course you do. But come on now.
That's all I'm saying. If we could not get side,
though. In fairness. Not trying to be negative, but
that's not positive. In the grand scheme right now, I'd say he is pretty positive.
And now back to the Badgers.
Would you have criticized him if he went for the way he used the timeout and then he didn't get it and we lose the game? You're going to criticize him today.
Yes, yes, that's part of the job. Absolutely. My question is, if I make it back to that, I look at him giving his quarterback ownership and taking his feedback with the disdain on his face into account when he decides to go for it as a positive thing that a coach does. Am I wrong to view it that way? Is it slippery slope to be letting the players influence your decision making? You're the guy who's got to make the call. That's what I'm trying to ask.
It is a slippery slope, but as Matt said, you trust your guys. And in this case, you trusted your guys and it worked. It's not always going to work. That's why there's not a ton of 72 Dolphin teams floating around. Like, you're going to make decisions, they're going to be wrong. And then it comes down to what are you doing about it. The only thing I didn't like about it is he burned a timeout. If he had went up and said, I'm going, let's go, you still have 2 timeouts and the 2-minute warning, I feel better about it. But the bottom line is, you make a big boy decision and it works, you deserve to be praised. And for a bunch of people calling in last night, it was negative. And I said, well, listen, man, yeah, was there some things early in the game that you could be upset about? Sure. But the sloppy play and the slow start. But the bottom line is he made the call. He doesn't make that decision, they lose the game last night. They lose it either way. Arizona moved the football. They were going to get a field goal attempt. No, and I think you would have probably made it. And we'd be sitting here today saying, you played not to lose. You played to tie, or you played to get it to overtime. And you don't do that in this business anymore. You can't. He didn't. He trusted his guys. Is it slippery? Because I'm going to tell you something. Jordan Love, every time, if it's 4th and 9, if it's 4th and 30, if it's whatever, he's going to say we can get it. And you can't always just acquiesce to your star player. We've seen that movie before.
All right, positives and negatives so we can get to your calls and texts, 844-770-3776. Tausch, biggest positive.
So I think the sneakiest part of the game was it 10 seconds left in the half after Arizona scored? 7 seconds. The game swung on those 7 seconds to me. Matt LaFleur, I give him credit, and people crush him for a lot of stuff. I love how aggressive he is using his timeouts to try to get the ball back. He always thinks he can score. Now, is he wrong sometimes, and do you get stracked and you throw bad interceptions? Does bad stuff happen with that sometimes too? Absolutely. But yesterday, that game was getting away from the G&G. And to get in position, I don't know what Arizona was doing, but they gave up that big play. You get your timeout, and you kick that field goal right before the half. I think that swayed everything. Momentum, getting it down to 1 score. And Matt LaFleur, I don't know how many other coaches would even thought about doing that. I think most coaches would have said, all right, let's just go regroup. Our plane was delayed. We came out flat, blah, 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 blah. But this new kicking, where you can kick it from 70 yards, it needs to be taken advantage of. And Matt LaFleur, with a kicker he's known for 2 weeks or whatever it's been, he went big. And that play and that sequence, I think, swayed the game because, again, I don't play this game because I understand you play it differently. You go for 2, and you're maybe more aggressive if you're down. You take those 3 points off, and the G&G's only ahead 24-23, you're going to get beat. You lose that game. That play and that sequence, I believe, swayed that game. And I talk all the time about the pendulum. And I'm sure Jesse brings it up to Coach Alvarez on the Barry Alvarez show tonight at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. That pendulum swings. They throw that touchdown. That pendulum is rocking. And with 7 seconds, you don't think anything of it. You got that pendulum to ricochet back before you go into half. And that was a pivotal play and pivotal sequence for Green Bay to win that game.
Yeah, I don't know. Lucas Havrisik did not kick the ball very well during his 9 games with the Los Angeles Rams in 2023. And he has been a godsend, and he is a
Thank
very
you,
religious
Bisaccia.
fellow.
I just want to give Bisaccia credit. Everybody's always crushing Bisaccia. I'm giving Rich credit. He found this guy, and he's nurtured him, and he's made him into a hell of a kicker.
And
so
a trade
Rich,
asset, potentially. Look, for him to make a 61-yarder, I don't care if they are kicking the easiest footballs in football history. That's still a hell of a long kick. And to do it, Tausch is exactly right. It swung the pendulum. You're getting the ball to start the second half, even if that doesn't go the way you would have liked. You're in a position that you've stopped the bleeding and you've got some momentum going into the second half. I do think it's fascinating. I saw this stat from Rob Domofsky. The Packers, they have spent most of the season in the lead. If you think about it, even the games that they lost or tied, they had leads. In fact, they had trailed for the entire season through 5 games for 20 minutes and 24 seconds. Yesterday, they trailed for 35 minutes and 16 seconds of that game. They played from behind, but they answered almost every time the Cardinals scored. That builds something. So that was huge. Jesse, what's your positive so we can do our negatives, because I'm very negative, and then we can move on to calls and texts.
Oh, boy. I should have waited. I knew that would send old boy into a tailspin. I usually do that.
I'm not in a tailspin at all.
I usually do that about 10:45-ish.
You know who's in a tailspin?
11-ish.
That Aaron Glenn fella. How's that going for him?
Jets.
He should be done so. Jesse, positive.
You want Aaron Glenn fired after 7 weeks?
No.
My positive was finding out yesterday that with a 4-point margin, we want the Packers defense on the field. I think there have been debates over the years. If it's a 4-point lead under 2 minutes to go, do you want the offense out there down with a chance to go win it, or do you want the defense out there with a chance to go protect it? And we learned yesterday, even as difficult as some of the game looked for the defense, Micah Parsons is a difference maker. Pass rush was fantastic, and getting to the quarterback is something that they're able to do. And in a clutch situation, they rose to the occasion. And I trust that defense in a 2-minute situation like that moving forward against any opponent in the NFL. Up 4, under 2 minutes to go, they rose and they delivered.
I'm going to be honest with you. If it was Dak Prescott and the Cowboys, I don't feel as good. I'm going to get into my negatives, but we crowned this defense too early. I still think this defense can. We saw some holes yesterday that I didn't think that 3rd and 20, whatever it was
3rd and 23. Yep.
Ugh, not great. But what I did learn, and I don't disagree, Jesse, that having Micah and Rashawn and that group against a second-string quarterback and getting after him, and for whatever reason you don't chip. Micah Parsons was shocked.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you have to, and you leave your back, and then that helps your linebackers be able to go do more stuff. The defense answered the bell, but I was shocked. I shouldn't be shocked anymore. Our defense is good. We have some great players on our defense, but it has not come together consistently like I thought it was going to through 6 games. I was a little bit, I guess I could say, hoodwinked by those first 2 games.
Pulled the wool over your eyes.
I was maybe just blindly saying, oh, my God, because it was so fun. And it's come back to reality. It's still a good defense. By today's standards, it's a good defense. But it ain't the 85 Bears, which I was hoping it was going to be.
All right, what's your negative?
I just told you. You're not listening. I just literally just said what my negative was.
I thought you were responding to Jesse's, and you literally prefaced what you just said, if I may, with before I get into my negatives.
We'll have to check negative J-Dub. We'll have to check the tape on that. I think it's going to be everybody's negative today. I thought Hobbs and how he, the play, the coverage yesterday against. I don't think. I mean, McBride is all of a sudden turned into Tony Gonzalez Part 2.
He was good.
I mean, he is a good player. I don't know. He lost his dang mind on the sideline. I don't know what the heck. He didn't get the ball. I thought the whole thing was just real goofy. But our coverage yesterday was a lot to be desired, and I think our prized free agent possession or pickup was not very good. And Jason's scouting report, I'm going to put that in there. Not great.
Slot guy, very physical. Never said he was a good coverage guy. Just to be fair, that was not part of my in-depth analysis. Look, there were plenty of negatives for a team. Tausch may or may not have made the defensive performance a negative. Nate Hobbs is clearly the low-hanging fruit on that equation. They did get a takeaway, which is an improvement over what they have accomplished to that point. They also got a fourth down stop on an ill-advised, foolish fourth down attempt. I don't understand what the reasoning was there. So plenty to pick at with the defense. Here's the question I have, which is part negative and part I'm not really sure how Matt LaFleur designs play calls throughout the course of a game. But you turn that game on, and the first, 5 minutes, it looks like the Matthew Golden show. And then, he never saw the ball again.
Hey, listen to Wilde. We got to get him some touches.
Yeah, I'm glad I can influence the
certainly glad he listened
of...
to old T at the end of the game. Hey, let's get old boy. Let's get 85 that pill, and that worked out pretty good, did it?
Look, the top targeted guys in the game were the three guys that Mark Wilde Tauscher has said they need to get the ball to. 10 targets for Kraft, 8 for Dobbs, 4 for Golden. After that, Wicks 2, Fitzpatrick 1, Jacobs 1, Wilson 1, Chris Brooks 1. How do you feel about that distribution?
I think Tucker needs more.
Even more?
Yeah.
Than a team-high 10 out of 28 targets?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I would like to see... I'm curious why Matthew Golden's targeting ended abruptly and we never saw him get the ball again. That's my negative. Jesse, what's yours?
The Cardinals were 7 of 14 on third down. At one point, they were 7 of 12 on third down, and the way that they converted the third downs, you guys have talked about. 3rd and long, 3rd and 23, 3rd and 12, I believe they converted. The third down efficiency for the opposing team against the defense that I trust, not good yesterday.
It kind of flies in the face of what your positive was.
That's true.
Ben, don't break.
Tausch, speaking of positives and the power of positive thinking, how positive were your picks on Prize Picks?
We did all right yesterday. I think we did okay. I don't know if Jordan Love, what was his rushing yards? What did he end up with?
I have that right here for you.
I picked it yesterday.
Jordan
too.
Love ran 4 times for 22 yards.
Yeah, so the more hit.
Yep, hit the more on
which
that.
Which is nice. Yeah, we had a pretty good day.
Passing yards 179.
Tucker Kraft more than 3.5 receptions. I took with you. Yeah,
yeah, we had a good day. Not a great day, but a good day. But it's always a great day on Prize Picks when you jump in there and have your sports opinions turn into real cash. You can make your picks in less than 60 seconds, and again, you can turn that into some real fun cash. And it's simple to play. Pick more or less 2-player stats. I think we went 3 on a couple, hit on a few, didn't on others. That's the beauty of it. If you want flexibility, you can choose Flex Play, where you get paid even if one of your picks misses. And if you want the big payout, go for the Power Play. But no matter your play, Prize Picks is a great way to put your takes to the test. Use the code WI today when you download the Prize Picks app, and you get $50 in lineups after you play that first $5 lineup. Again, that is code WI to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
844-770-3776. 844-770-3776. We will get to your calls and texts on the Carbless Talkin' text line next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Hallman Lindsay has grown over the years to 26 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Hallman Lindsay has the paint you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Hallman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
Oh no, there's only seltzer left, and it's passionberry almond fruit? Who comes up with these? Kick the aluminum can to the curb and mix up a cocktail you actually want with Tito's. It tastes great, it's gluten-free, and it's available in a variety of sizes for your convenience. The flavor abilities are endless. Tito's Handmade Vodka, the official spirit of whatever you want to drink. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
What's new at Zimbrick Chevrolet? A lot! A free car wash with every service, plus a brand new detail facility to keep your ride looking fresh all year long. Relax with coffee and snacks while you wait, and if you can't, grab one of their numerous service loaners, take the shuttle, or even get a lift on them. Plus, Zimbrick Chevrolet has the largest new Chevrolet inventory in southern Wisconsin, and you'll never overpay at Zimbrick Chevrolet. Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust.
Mark Tauscher here to tell you a little bit more about Everlight Solar. We all know that electricity costs are on the rise. That's why you need to talk to my friends over at Everlight Solar. Their local team here in Madison is here to keep it simple. From your no-cost consultation to solar panel installation, the team at Everlight Solar will be with you every step of the way. Not only will they help you save money, but by switching to solar, you're also helping save the planet. Everlight Solar, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Check them out at everlightsolar.com.
Listen to Madison Money Guy every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. on 100.5 ESPN and ESPNWisconsin.com.
I like to refer to inflation as the silent killer. It's an invisible risk. It's just the idea that things get more expensive over time. You're going to need milk and eggs when you're in your early 60s and when you're in your early 80s. You're going to get a loaf of bread, and it's going to be more expensive 20 years from now.
Christian Finfrock is the Madison Money Guy. Call him today at 208-1800.
Liberty Station American Tavern and Smokehouse isn't just a barbecue restaurant. Open daily for lunch and dinner, Liberty Station serves American comfort food with regional touches using many locally sourced ingredients. The bar at Liberty Station offers vintage cocktails created in a classic style, local craft beers, plus a wide array of wine options. And be sure to check out their sprawling patio with an indoor and outdoor porch area. Liberty Station, conveniently located just off the Beltline on Rimrock Road.
It's frightening, but the rewards are thrilling if you're brave enough to enter the prize-filled graveyard at Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison. On Saturday, October 25th, 3 brave souls will enter the graveyard every half hour from 1 p.m. till 5. These 27 winners will each have a chance of escaping with $3,000 in cash. That's up to $81,000 in total prizes. So be here for Graveyard Grabs, the scariest game in town. Grab your friends and get to
Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison.
'Tis the season to be planning your holiday events. Whether it's a party for 10 or 10,000, Celebrations has the sound, video, lighting, special effects, and custom-themed decor to make it the best party ever. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With us on your team, your Halloween, holiday, or New Year's party will be easy to plan and super fun to attend. DJs, casino games, lighting, and photo booths are just the beginning at CelebrationsEntertainment.com. That's CelebrationsEntertainment.com.
We're on the Badgers.
You go from a massive upset 15 years ago to massively upsetting 15 years later.
Because we're on Wisconsin sports.
A decade and a half later, how things have changed.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN.
'Cause I'm a hazard to myself.
Let's get to your calls. Enough of us talking. Let's hear from you. 844-770-3776. 844-770-3776. And this is not me hearkening back to something you said. It is purely a question. Did you feel like the preponderance of calls on Green Bay game night with you and Homer were negative, despite the win?
I wouldn't say preponderance. I would say more than I thought. And I think the reason is because I think the anticipation was this was going to be more of a beat down than what it was. Obviously, it wasn't. And I think the choppiness of where this offense is, and again, we scored 27 points, and it wasn't like we had a bunch of short fields. It's hard to score. When we get to 27, we're winning most of our games.
Yeah, indeed. All four of their wins with 27 points, which is just weird.
Almost makes Jesse have that Hard Rock tonight throw a little something on that 27. No?
Like on the roulette wheel, you're saying?
I don't know where else would you find a 27?
Like you can. I mean, at certain sports books, you can bet the amount of points a team will score in their next game. Like, do you want me to bet that they will score 27 points against the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Actually, that's probably about where I think we will be. Yeah. Can we agree? I got into it.
Go
with
bet in the bar.
I got into it with Homer last night because he's trying to say that this game on Sunday is it's nothing more than a regular.
Yeah, I heard that.
Like, that's just dumb by Homer, right? Like, what are we doing?
Let's take some calls and circle back to how dumb we think that is. 844-770-3776. We begin with Andy in Waukesha. Andy, thanks for holding on. Good morning. How are you?
I'm good, guys. Do you hear me?
We can. Hi.
Oh, sorry, you went away. I genuinely enjoy your show, but I think I have a completely 180 different take on what you've referred to as Matt LaFleur stoning up.
Oh, let's hear it. Okay, I like to hear it. Let's go.
Onions.
I want to go back to the sequence here. The Packers had just benefited from that inexplicable 4th and a yard and a half quarterback sneak, and the defense got a key stop. They get a first down. Josh Jacobs has just run 7 yards, and it's third and less than a yard. And Matt LaFleur calls an outside toss play. And go back and look. Who's the lead blocker on that play? Number 88, Luke Effin Musgrave, who hasn't blocked anyone in 3 seasons in Green Bay.
Dang.
And he predictably gets blown up into the backfield. A soft play call, relying on a soft player. And then what happens? It's 4th and about a yard and a half. And Matt LaFleur immediately and instinctively trots out his field goal unit. He's going to rely on a backup kicker to kick a 47-yard field goal to allow the Packers to tie the game with 2 minutes to go when they haven't really stopped the Cardinals at crunch time most of the game. He has a befuddled look on his face until Jordan Love goes over there and looks at him like he's an alien. Then he belatedly, reluctantly calls a timeout and finally goes for it. Now, I want both of you to think about this. I know your show is not a big fan of Dan Campbell. Does Dan Campbell waste a timeout in that situation?
I like Dan Campbell.
Does Dan Campbell's team think that Dan Campbell's going to go for a field goal there?
No.
And I'll flip it. You think in Kansas City, Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid had any consideration of kicking a field goal in that situation? Here it is. The Green Bay Packers continue to play down to inferior opponents, and they often beat them, and they'll have a good record. But inevitably, they're going to play a big boy in the playoffs, and then they lose. That's the Packers' identity in year 7 under head coach Matt LaFleur. And I hope Ed Policy is paying attention. I'll hang up and listen.
Whoa.
Wow.
All right, Andy. Wow, that's a Rackham type of deal.
Andrew!
So, first off, I have been very positive of Dan Campbell, what he's done with Detroit, his aggressiveness. Sometimes I think he's crazy aggressive, but that's what he does.
Mm-hmm.
His team
and I've
knows.
admitted I was wrong about him. I was 100% wrong about him.
His team knows what they're going to do, and that goes back to Andy's point about identity. Mm-hmm. You can go back and look at Matt LaFleur's, and I'm not disagreeing or fact-checking him on any of that, he was going to kick the field goal.
Yeah.
But you're judged on the decisions you make. I hated the fact he had to use a timeout. It's that if you're going to do this, you need to have conviction. You need to do it. You need to save your timeout so that if it doesn't go well, you have options. He took away some options by that. That's not what you do. That was self-inflicted. But the bottom line on it was he ended up making the right call. And you deserve credit when you go out there and stone up. And was it perfect? No. I again, can't emphasize enough the wasted timeout bothered me.
Mm-hmm.
But he trusted his guys. He went to the players he trusted the most. They executed, and they won the game. And that deserves attaboys. Now, if you want to talk about overall and get into culture, and maybe this will be the thing that flips that switch, and it is all gas, no blank and blank. Because it has not been. If we're being it has not. It's been yield. It's been, I'm going to wait on the roundabout to make sure this guy is not turning. And, by the way, four-way stops need to go. We need to get more roundabouts.
Oh, no.
Yeah, four-way stops. There's too much hesitation. Too much, was it my turn to go or is it? I almost missed getting Max to school today because there's people just sitting there waiting and waiting and waiting. Go!
There's no way you want roundabouts everywhere there's a four-way stop.
I didn't say everywhere, but
yeah, you did.
Well, at this spot, I need it. Okay.
This one specific spot that influenced my ability to take my kid to school
exact
today.
address.
I think I know exactly the spot you're talking about, and I agree with you.
All right, fair enough. And that Matt LaFleur, I think last night was probably you never stop understanding, growing, learning. Matt LaFleur last night with Jordan Love, who he has not always trusted, and by the way, with good reason on some things. This could be one of those seminal, galvanizing moments for them, and maybe there will be the more blanket, we just got to go. And maybe because as you gain more confidence in people, you trust them more, and you go do the things that were able to help this team find a way to win a game last night.
Couldn't agree with you more on any of those, and there's still always confusion at roundabouts, too. I understand that
I'm going to tell you, I don't have confusion. I go, and you look, and if somebody's flying around, great.
It doesn't sound like you had confusion at the four-way stop either. The issue is other people's confusion, and that occurs at both roundabouts and four-way stops.
You just can't be polite at the four-way stop.
You got to be aggressive.
When it's your turn, go. When it's not your turn, don't go.
You're going to slam brakes on if somebody's going, and then you can flip somebody off if they get too aggressive. That's fine.
The second you get there and you see you got one guy
on their way to school.
4 cars get there and everybody knows you're on the right, you go, but it's one guy sitting there. He's like, "No, you go ahead. I'm in no rush." That's where the whole rhythm gets thrown
Should
off.
never wave. Should never be waving at a four-way stop. Just go.
If there's one hand gesture
and
you're
if
making,
you go
prematurely,
and it's like, all right, blank you, go, and you move on with your life. It's no harm, no foul.
It's a good thing that UW Credit Union has a different approach to customer service than Tausch has to four-way stops.
Well, for every stage of life, UW Credit Union is here forever. You proudly serving Wisconsin for over 90 years. They're going to help you reach your financial goals. I'll tell you what, maybe everything didn't go great at Camp Arena, but that T-shirt cannon sure did. They were ripping those T-shirts flying around. I promise you that now.
And then that whole section took them off.
They
waved
did.
them around.
Waved them. People ask me, why'd you join UW Credit Union Old T? Well, I want to keep my banking local. I love their member first service, and I love their perks like early payday. And I love Wisconsin. And if you do as well, you just can't pay with anything else. Fandom will make you do crazy things. This makes sense. Become a UW Credit Union member today. Get your Bucky card like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions do apply.
More of your calls and texts next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here with a refreshing offer for a bath or shower remodel from Kohler Services. And this month only, get 0 interest financing for 12 months and a free shower door with your Lugstone shower remodel. My new friend Chris from Oostburg is one of their skilled installers who demos your existing bath or shower, removes it, and disposes it before installing your brand new dream shower. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast professional installation always included. That's KohlerServicesWI.com.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute brought to you by your Badgerland Chevy dealers, proud supporters of Badger Athletics. Go to BadgerlandChevy.com. Strong words from Coach.
I mean, it's too damn late now.
Barry Alvarez sounding off as Wisconsin still searches for its identity under Luke Fickell. Coach recalling the steps he took to make the changes necessary to become a Big Ten powerhouse. More from the Barry Alvarez Show.
That has to happen in the off-season, in 2 days, preseason. That's how you establish identity. Our identity was we're going to be physical because they were physical every day. And then we'd review it after practice in the evening. You weren't going to play or you weren't going to come close to the field unless you'd mix it up and you were physical.
Get a whole house of new Pella windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 60 months.
Wow. Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Imagine the peace of mind knowing your home or business is safe 24/7. I'm Jeffrey Beckman, president of J&K Security Solutions, and we provide security you can trust. Serving Madison and southern Wisconsin, J&K Security Solutions offers state-of-the-art home and business security systems tailored to your needs. From video surveillance to home and business automation, to find out how J&K Security can help secure what matters most in your life, visit jksecurity.com.
We love the Packers. We bleed green and gold. And every time our team takes the field, well, it's pure football bliss. If only there was a way to experience that blissful winning feeling every day. At Associated Bank, we've got you with 10% off Lambeau concessions and 15% off Pro Shop merch. All when you get Packers checking from Associated Bank. It's how Packers fans keep winning on game day and every day. Associated Bank, Bank of the Packers. Learn more at associatedbank.com/Packers. Member FDIC.
At Wisconsin Surplus Online Auction, you won't have to worry about your old lawnmower pulling a hamstring. They make buying and selling easy. Wisconsin Surplus Online Auction is simple, reliable, and unlike your fantasy team this football season, they'll actually deliver. Have equipment taking up space? Let them be your surplus solution. You send it in, they list it, people bid, and you actually win. Bid, buy, sell, and score big today at WisconsinSurplus.com. Because winning isn't just for game day. WisconsinSurplus.com.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Need new tires? For a limited time at Zimbrick Honda, you can buy 3 tires and get the 4th for only $1. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
At Hard Rock Casino Rockford, the unforgettable experience goes far beyond the casino floor with the luxury of their dining and entertainment. Savor prime cuts and fresh seafood at Council Oaks Steak and Seafood, or explore 7 unique dining venues that deliver flavors from around the world. Then let the night ignite at Hard Rock Live, where the world's greatest acts take the stage. Hard Rock Casino Rockford, let's hard rock. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
We're on the Packers.
Our stars shone brightest when needed to shine.
Because we're on Wisconsin sports.
And that's why you go out and get game-changing players.
Nobody covers the green and gold like 100.5 ESPN.
Coming up on the 10 o'clock hour, but let's get to a call first, then we'll keep rolling with the calls after our 2-minute top of the hour break. 844-770-3776. At some point, I'd like to get into Homer saying that this week's game will be just like any other game. I'd also like to
all week for that.
discuss.
I think there's a particular caller you could do that with. You're on
point.
Our list.
Yeah, I know. That's what prompted me to actually make that point. And also, I got some support and some blowback from a Cowboys fan when I posted the clip of Reggie White sacking John Elway 3 times in a 1993 October game. And Packers don't win that game without him. The Packers don't win yesterday without Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons does not equal Reggie White, but I am curious. When you see moments like that, it's hard not to think about what the great Minister of Defense did for this team. And that was his first season with the Packers as well. Let's get to one call here.
So what was the comp? I mean, the comp is you put those two together, right?
Yeah.
And you compared it.
Everyone keeps saying he's not Reggie White, but then directly compares him to Reggie
It's a
White.
very
I think
interesting
everybody's comparing him
dynamic.
to Reggie White.
So, never mind. Let's get to a call.
What do you mean, never mind? That's it. It's interesting. You put that out there. You say, does anybody else?
That play,
yeah.
What he did, and then someone sent me back. I don't know who this person is, but they're very technologically savvy, which I like to think I am. But this is next level. He put side by side the final sack Reggie has on Elway with the final sack that Micah Parsons had on Jacoby Brissett. And they're almost identical, the way that they dominate the left tackle, or right tackle on that.
So you're not saying, but you're saying.
I'm not saying he is Reggie White. I'm saying that performance reminded me of Reggie, which I know is a nuanced take, but nevertheless.
All right.
Let's get to a call. Let's go down to Texas, where we're big in Texas, where everything's big. Let's go to Chris. Chris, thanks for holding on, buddy. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. I don't know if I can fit my thoughts into positives or negatives, but I'm just going to call it like I see it. When I called you guys after the Cowboys game, man, I was down. I had no confidence in coaching, offense, defense, and special teams. I was kind of hard on Tausch, but, man, I just got to say, I feel like it's the same team. They're immature, but they're growing. You know, Tausch, you had a great point. Like, the preseason is shorter now. These early games in the first third of the season are about learning to grow together. Every season is different. I get it. We're in the seventh season of Matt LaFleur. Andy was right. I didn't like the pitch play or the toss play. I thought that was a bad play call. And in the moment, I could not believe we took a second timeout and pulled the special teams off the field. While I was watching that, I was like, what are we doing? This is not the right call. But then I saw Matt LaFleur's quote afterwards about seeing the look on Jordan Love's face and choosing to go with the offense. And I just got to say, like, that to me is a sign that this team has what it takes, and they are learning to believe in each other. They are learning to trust in each other, and they are growing as a team. And I get your negative, Tausch. The defense isn't what we thought they were in the first 2 weeks. But you know what? It has been a long time since we've seen a defense that flies around and the defensive line and the linebackers are hitting. They are hitting. Yep. Jacoby Brissett's a big guy that can run. Some people are saying there might be a quarterback controversy in Arizona because Kyler Murray wasn't doing much when he was in. And I don't think we're giving Arizona as much credit as they deserve. The defense was hitting him left and right, and I love watching a defense get medieval on a quarterback again. Finally.
Love it.
All right? I mean, it's just huge. So those are my positives. And, yeah, Rick Bisaccia, we're not talking about him. You know why? Because we only talk about him when we're seeing kicks get blocked and returned for 2 points. But we're not seeing that. It's just it's all positives for me right now. I guess if I had to pick a negative, the penalties. I mean, I think it was the most.
That hip drop tackle is disgusting. The hip drop tackle.
You don't like
they don't call that. What are we doing? You don't call that. Stop calling it.
Yeah.
They don't call it. First call of the year. Dangerous play. Yeah, football's dangerous, B.
Jay.
Yeah.
Thanks for the call.
What? Let's not throw that together so quickly. Give yourself a couple beats.
Whoa, Nelly!
I agree. Really good call there. I love the medieval drop. So the penalties are obviously a concern, but that crew, we knew coming in it was Flagapalooza, and they didn't let it down. Oh, they love throwing those flags. It just ruins watching games for me. I can't stand it. I didn't even like the hip drop. Then they miss a couple helmet to helmets. If you're going to call everything, call everything. Thankfully, they didn't, and so I don't know. I think that's something we're having way too many penalties, regardless of which crew is out there. And that does fall back to the coaches because you get what you accept, or you can help me with that quote. I'm not 100% sure on it.
Yeah, let me help you out with that, B.
Thanks, Jay.
You're welcome. You get what you emphasize, you also get what you tolerate.
And right now there's it's not that he's tolerating it, but it's happening. So that part needs to get cleaned up. But all in all, I agree. There's a lot of positive things that maybe you don't feel great because it wasn't clean. But winning on the road in the NFL is hard. I think we so often just get caught up. Arizona's kind of a nondescript franchise. You take Larry Fitzgerald and Kurt Warner out of there. What are they? It's kind of it's where people go to retire, and you have half Packer fans down there. Play a little golf, enjoy some margaritas, just have a heck of a time, and you head home. That's kind of how you think of when you go to Scottsdale or Glendale. That's what I think of. And this was not. Arizona is a much better football team than I think they've played everybody tough. They've lost all of their games have been within one score. And I think Green Bay did what they needed to do to find a way to win, and that deserves more love than we probably give, if that makes sense.
We give a lot of love to our friend David Gruber and Gruber Law Offices. They've been with us from the very beginning, and we appreciate their partnership, and we appreciate the fact that if we ever have to make that call, which hopefully we don't, we know there's one call to make. One call, that's all. 414-276-6666, 414-276-6666, Gruber Law Offices, or go to the website, gruber-law.com. We'll roll on with your calls, not one call, but many, in the 10 o'clock hour, and that starts in 2 minutes, so stick around.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
The UW Credit Union member Mark Tauscher here. People ask me, old T, why did you join UW Credit Union? Well, is it to keep your banking local? Is it the member first service? Great perks like early payday? Absolutely. But honestly, between us, it's Bucky. I can't say no to that face. If you love Wisconsin like I do, you just can't pay with anything else. Fandom makes us do crazy things, but this just makes sense. Become a UW Credit Union member and get your Bucky card like me. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
This is Wisconsin Volleyball National Champion Devin Robinson. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson, Sports Center, brought to you by Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison for generations. Check them out, 220 State Street and online at goodmansjewelers.com. The Green Bay Packers come back to win their first road contest of 2025. 27-23, the final on the road over the Arizona Cardinals. Jordan Love finishes the game 19 of 29 passing, just 179 yards, but one touchdown pass to Tucker Kraft. Kraft targeted 10 times yesterday, 5 catches for 58 yards, helping lead the Packers. Romeo Doubs led the team in receptions, 6 for 72. Josh Jacobs, 2 rushing touchdowns, 13 carries for 55 yards. Not bad for a player who was questionable in a game-time decision on Sunday. The Packers a little sluggish out of the gates before coming back. They didn't take the lead until under 2 minutes to play in yesterday's contest. Fun fact, in each of Green Bay's victories this season, they've scored exactly 27 points. Plenty to talk about on a Victory Monday all day long here on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel, including more Wilde and Tausch coming up until noon. 6 to 8 tonight, the Barry Alvarez Show at Hard Rock Casino, Rockford.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now. We'll get to some of the lively chatter in the YouTube comments, plus some of your text messages, which Jesse's always working to curate. But we got a bunch of calls to get to first. Let's get back going with those. Erica, you're pretty far down on the list, so we'll have to wait for our discussion about Aaron Rodgers for a few segments. Let's start with Andy in Madison, not to be confused with Andy in Waukesha, who got us off to a very strong start with calls. Andy, good morning, buddy. How are you?
Doing great, guys. Thanks for having me. How are you guys doing?
Good. Thanks for waiting. Splendid.
Yeah, not a problem. Not a problem. I really liked Andy and Waukesha's call as well. But just real quick, I just wanted to kind of point. Tausch going to break talked about that we get a little ahead of ourselves on teams that we should beat and this and that. And I think Tausch, you might be one of the biggest offenders actually, because you were just like, we should crush Cleveland, we should destroy Dallas, we should obliterate Cincinnati. Well, kind of look at those three teams now. I mean, all of them came off wins. Dallas beat Washington, Cincy beat Pittsburgh, and Cleveland beat someone. I don't even know who it was. But we don't think about what Sean Payton said. We don't really know who these teams. Yeah, Miami. I guess that's not really much of a victory, but nonetheless a victory. So, like Sean Payton said, we really don't need to know who these teams are yet. And a lot of teams are still trying to find their identity. Arizona's not a bad football team. That was a really good win. So that was just point number one. Point number two, again, I said I really liked Andy's calling Waukesha. I really liked it. But I kind of have a take that's a complete contradiction. I'm not sure who's right. I think
not
it's
all
a good
Andys
debate.
think alike.
Yeah, no. So here's my take. All right, Tausch, let me ask you this. If a player hits a hard 15 against the dealer's 6 and wins the hand in blackjack, was that a good play?
The dealer had a 16 showing?
Yeah, you got a 6 up, you got a hard 15,
it's not a
you
good
take
play.
a hit and win.
Nope, not a good play.
Okay, Jason Wilde, if you go all in poker with king, queen against ace, and you win the hand, was it a good play?
You're going to have to help me with. No, it's not a good play.
That's going to be no, Jake. Let me help you, Jason. No. Okay, so if a head coach bypasses what is seemingly a gimme field goal to tie the game, and instead of opts for a 4th down where the game is on the line but he succeeds, was that a good play? The answer is no. Okay, and it all starts with the timeout. If he doesn't waste the timeout, he can do either thing and be right and have logic and sound reasoning and math behind it. I actually don't know what the analytics said, but he can talk about all the trust he had in his guys and, scared money don't make money. He didn't have faith in his guys. He was not unscared. He was scared, and that's why he had to burn the timeout, and that's what made going for it, in my opinion, the really bad decision, because now the game was completely on the line. Okay, maybe they can get the ball back with 40 seconds left. But if they keep that timeout, it's 2:30 left in the game. They got the 2-minute timeout plus 2 timeouts, if I'm not mistaken. If he goes in either direction, it's fine. But by burning the timeout, now going for it, it's all or nothing. And I think that was the wrong play. So I'm going against kind of what Andy said while thinking his points and his call was really, really interesting. And Tausch, you can say that if they kick the field goal to tie the game there, that we lose the game. You don't know that. We turned them over one time. It wasn't an automatic. But what we do know is if LaFleur fails, if we don't convert that 4th and 2, if Tucker doesn't give that little forearm shiver to get just a little separation, we lose that game, and you can't be results-oriented. That was the whole point of the poker and blackjack. And you can't be results-oriented. Just because something worked, it doesn't mean it was right. So I think LaFleur got really lucky. I think he put his job on the line. I think if it doesn't work, we're talking very differently. And as somebody I'm a math nerd and more odds-oriented than most people would be.
Okay, Andy.
So I still look at it. I'm not.
Andy, this is perfect. Let me interrupt you. Because I don't know if I would call Josh DiMaggio a math nerd. And I am going to tell you my bias up front. I don't understand, nor do I necessarily believe in this sort of analytics-driven, this is what we should do deal, because if you tell me that there's a 65% chance of this happening if I do this, and there's only a 47% chance of it happening if I don't, that's kind of like the weather forecasters with the rain. are you not still irritated if they say it's a 30% chance of rain, but you still get rained on? So according to Josh DiMaggio, who does a great job producing Jen, Gabe, and Chewy and produces our show silently in Milwaukee, I don't think he works in any capacity for 565 analytics.
We can't afford him.
Now you're stepping on my
he
jokes.
would want payment of something.
That seems reasonable. But he has sent me this analytics view of the decision to go for it versus the decision to kick the field goal. And according to this, down 3, facing a 4th and 2 with 29 yards from the opponent's end zone, with 2:32 left in the game, your winning percentage, if you go for it, is 47%. Your winning percentage, if you kick the field goal, is 41%. So, again, according to this, you're more likely to, if you succeed then on getting it, your winning percentage goes up to 65%. If you succeed on kicking the field goal and tie the game, your winning percentage is only 47%. Now, Andy, you said you're a math nerd. So what does that tell you if those are accurate? Because again, I am pleading ignorance here. I don't understand how they arrive at these. I'm curious
Ben Baldwin
what you think.
seems to be the source on this. Ben Bot Baldwin, which sounds like it's a bot, but whatever.
So my question is, first of all, was that percentages with one timeout or two, which is critical, because that was the whole point of my argument.
One timeout.
And by the way, Andy, I agree. The waste of the timeout, as I said, totally inexcusable. Can't happen. Continue.
So here's the thing. So maybe LaFleur didn't hit a hard 15 into a 6, but he hit like a 12 into a 4. He got pretty lucky because the burning of the timeout really. And so if the math said go for it, that's great. But with 2 timeouts, I would love to know what that math was then. That would be, because that's really where I find the discrepancy in LaFleur's decision making. It all stems from the timeout. With the timeout, I don't think I'm making this phone call. Like, if he doesn't burn the phone call, I don't have a problem with the decision either way.
Okay.
I can argue. And again, I'm just doing analytics in my head from experience in watching football games. I didn't know those percentages at all, but it doesn't really surprise me with 1 timeout. But with 2, I'd be really curious. And it might be a 50-50 call where either way, like I said, I don't make the phone call if he doesn't burn the timeout.
No, Andy, so, I'm glad.
And
I
got to ask Andy a blackjack question before you let him go.
Sure.
So
Why don't you do that so we can
12
get to the
on
next
12. What does the math tell you to do?
12 versus a 12, you hit. You hit a 12 versus a 2, and you hit a 12 versus a 3, which is the most misplayed hand in all of
12
blackjack.
versus a 3 you hit?
On a 12 versus a 3.
Is that why?
12 versus a 2, 12 versus a... Look up, Amy. Come on, man. Come on, Tausch. Basic strategy 101. Just look it up. You can.
Let me tell you something.
12 versus a 3.
12 on 12 is always, people ask the dealer, 12 on 12 has always been, to me, okay, that's a 50-50 shot. I've never heard anybody say 12 versus a 3. Never. So that's why I'm curious.
You've never had the right blackjack dealer then.
I guess
You've never had the right dealer then. You've got dealers. Let me tell you something. The dealers are some of the worst blackjack players on the planet.
So don't ask
They
them.
have some insight as to what cards are coming. They think that the odds do not pertain to them.
Okay.
And they think that they have some sort of insight. They
All
don't.
right.
They don't. Now, should they know the basic strategy to a T and not misinform you? Yes, they should. But it is the most misplayed hand in blackjack. Next to a soft 18, a lot of people don't like to double that against a bus card. But, yeah, you don't want to – you're going to gain a little bit of a percentage. I think it's like 1.2%, I want to say, if you hit that 12 versus a 3. You're going to bust it sometimes, but Tausch can't be results-oriented.
Okay. All right. I'm learning something
Andy,
today.
do you get mad at the other people at the table if they don't do it the way you want them to do it?
I used to, and then the greatest streak I ever had in my life on a blackjack table where I never lost a hand. I was playing 2 spots on a 6-stack shoe with one other person. I never lost a hand on one of the spots, and I think I lost maybe the first 2 hands on the other spot, but I won every other hand. And the entire shoe, I was telling them, don't do it, don't, good job, good, yes.
But you're being results-oriented there.
And I was winning every single hand, and from that point forward, I have never spoken out. If somebody asks me and says, hey, man, what should I do? Or, if they ask the table, then I'm glad to say, hey, basic strategy, this is what the math will tell you. And that's, I don't play hunches, I don't guess.
Okay.
I play the math, and somebody asks me a question, I give them the math. But I will not say anything. If somebody's splitting 10s, if they want to double a hard 12, I would have frowned upon it and scolded them. But I have learned my lesson.
I'm sorry to do this. This is not your fault. This is Tausch.
No, I'm intrigued.
But we have a lot of people waiting.
Yeah, it's on me.
You'll have to check out our new show, Tausch's Blackjack Hour, which will start airing as a Digi only on our YouTube channels. Thanks, Andy.
I'm not producing that.
Okay.
Andy should join you guys down at Hard Rock.
I'll go play with Coach Alvarez. I wonder if Coach Alvarez hits 12 on 12.
Ask him.
Don't flinch.
Okay. For those of us that were trying to make sure we got as many calls in, that's a little bit of a setback for us. But we will regroup after Tausch tells us about American Family Insurance.
Should always insure carefully. That I know.
And bet on 12.
I'm not sure if you should insure on black. I don't know. I'll have to ask Andy. But I do know if you need insurance, life is better with American Family Insurance. That's because their agents will make you feel totally protected with a home, auto, or life policy that's just right for you. Also, you're free to enjoy your dreams. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
We have an On the Tee show once a week about golf. We've got a betting show. We've got a wrestling show. I smell a blackjack show. You can have Ron and the Key on all the time as a guest. He could be like the producer.
Oh, okay.
Good luck. I look forward to the launch of that. More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead, including more of your calls. So stick around.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here for Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust. As the football season rolls on, the baseball playoffs take center stage, and the days get shorter and shorter. You know what that means, and whether you want to hear it or not, winter is creeping up just around the corner. So here's the thing. You can choose to ignore that the brutal Wisconsin winter is quickly approaching, or you can do the smart thing and think about getting your vehicle prepared now so you don't have any issues when that slippery snow first falls. Well, I recommend stopping in to see the amazing service team at Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie. Get a tune-up, check the battery, check your tires. It's a big one for winter. Change the oil, and make sure all the inner workings of your vehicle are in tip-top shape. You can take my word for it. From summer road trips all around the state to driving to work in the tumultuous Wisconsin winter, Zimbrick Chevrolet is truly the name you can trust. Schedule a service appointment, view vehicle inventory, and learn more about all they have to offer at ZimbrickChevrolet.com. That's ZimbrickChevrolet.com. Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust.
All day, every day, the Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
At Siding Unlimited, we're really excited for the fall season. Not only are we proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics, we are also fired up for an exciting fall season cheering on football and volleyball. If that's not enough, we're really excited to share with you that Siding Unlimited is Wisconsin's best window and door installation team. Siding Unlimited is a Pella Platinum Premier National Contractor of the Year award winner 5 times. Looking for new windows and doors? Visit us at sidingunlimited.com or stop by our beautiful showroom in Madison.
Hey, it's Isaac Miller, junior defensive end in high school. 14 Division I offers. Yep, 1-4. Wisconsin, Michigan, Florida, Miami, you name it. Everyone's asking, where's Isaac going? Well, I'll tell you this. It's going to be big, it's going to be loud, and it's going to be legendary. But first, I'm hitting the weight room in my Iron Jock gear. Because no matter what logo I wear next, Iron Jock is how I get there. Stay tuned and go to ironjock.com. That's ironjoc.com.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
From the baseball playoffs to regular season football, Prize Picks is the best way to win cash watching our favorite teams. Which players are going off? Which ones are overhyped? Well, make your picks in less than 60 seconds and turn your takes into cash all season long on Prize Picks. Prize Picks is simple to play. Just pick more or less on at least 2 player stats. If you get your picks right, you could cash in. Prize Picks now offers stacks, meaning you can pick the same player up to 3 times in the same lineup. Prize Picks also offers injury reboots. If one of your players leaves the game in the first half and doesn't return, Prize Picks won't count it as a loss. Prize Picks offers Venmo, Apple Pay, MasterCard, and more for quick and easy deposits into your account this football season. Join millions of users. Sign up for America's #1 fantasy sports app. Download the Prize Picks app today and use that code WI to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code WI to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Welcome back to Blackjack Today, presented by Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Are Jesse and Barry Alvarez going to sit together at a blackjack table during a commercial break
Gosh,
tonight?
I hope so.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Sounds like you need to hit 12 versus 13.
You think Barry would get after you for a misplayed, wasted card that he could have used if you're sitting next to him and you're first in the rotation?
Yes, as long as I don't flinch. If I'm one of those at the table, which I do tend to do, if I get a tough flincher, I sit back and I call a timeout. What should I do? What do you guys think? Like, as long as I didn't flinch, I think he would respect it.
All right. Well, that was fun, but a little lengthy. We appreciate Andy's loyalty to the show, as we do everyone's loyalty. But I'm sorry to Mo, Jamon, Sparky, Terrell, and Erica who waded through that. Let's get to them now. Let's start with Mo down in Illinois, where Bears fans are all excited with a 4-game winning streak. Mo, how's that going for you, buddy?
Yeah, I mean, the Bears still suck, so they could get excited all they want. When they play the G&G, that's wraps. But just to kind of recap with some positives and negatives, and then a final overall point. I thought Quay Walker flew around the field yesterday. He looked great. Obviously, Parsons looked great. JJ Enagbare, I really like him. I feel like they really like to play LVN over him because obviously he's the first-round pick. But every time Enagbare is on the field, I feel like he makes a play. He's just so fundamentally sound.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the O-line looked great. I think it's going to continue getting some more continuity. I think Jordan Morgan has really settled in at the right guard spot, which is why we didn't see Sean Ryan out there. Some negatives I didn't like, the lack of play action. I don't know if it's because maybe the old linemen cannot hold on to their blocks long enough. Maybe they've kind of shied away from that. I'm not sure. And then short yardage situations. I get scared whenever I see a 3rd and 1. I don't know why the Packers seem like the worst team in history to complete those short yardage plays. It's super frustrating. But to conclude, because I know there's a lot of callers, yesterday post-game, Tausch, I'm sure you remember, I told you, Tausch, that after the game, I thought that if we win next week's game, against the Steelers, and, Homer says a lot of things that makes me want to shove my head into a brick wall, but yesterday was definitely one of them. I said next week is one of those games, if you win, it could be the galvanizing moment because this team is going to get healthier. We're going to get Christian Watson back. We're going to get Wyatt back, Reed. Zach Tom will continue getting healthier. We know what's at stake this week with the emotions of playing Aaron Rodgers. If you win that game, you got Carolina and Philly at home, and then you got the Giants. This could be a big stretch coming up, and I think if we win the game next week, we're going to be having a very interesting conversation, and I think this team will go on a deep run and contend for the number 1 overall seed.
Ooh, let's go. Let's go. I love it when we start having conversations about conversations, too. I think this weekend's a really big game for a lot of things. Yes, I think it is, and it's not only obviously just to win, but there's just more there, and we all know that. It is more meaningful for these guys. There's a lot of people involved in this, and there's a lot of the Green Bay Packers current team that they're not going to give 2 rips. So let's just go win the game. But they're going to know what's important to their quarterback and to their head coach and to their staff and to their general manager. Like there is a lot there, and it will be downplayed all week. And then my guess will be afterwards, especially if it goes well, they'll say, yeah, this was a big one. But I get how the game is played, and I totally understand it. That's what I would do. But I can assure you, the guys that know Brett and there's not, or Aaron, and there's not a lot of them left. It's a big deal.
844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. Let's get to another call. Let's go down to Dallas and go to Jamon. Jamon, break up how about them Cowboys? 2 straight calls to people whose teams that they don't root for in their native land are having success, but so are the Packers. What do you got for us, bud?
Like the last caller said, the Cowboys still suck.
We're consistent around here. I love it.
The positive I have, like I say, we won the game. The Cardinals played a good game. I mean, the few games that they did lose, they only lost the last few seconds by field goals. I mean, they've been playing everybody good all year. I mean, the Packers found a way to win the game, so that's a positive. Michael Parsons had his breakout game. Feel like we've been waiting for a minute. Finally, I didn't know 3 sacks was his career high. He got it in Green Bay. So, hey, Quay Walker was having a tremendous game. Only negatives, I would say. I mean, of course, the low-hanging fruit, the coverage is. I'm not sure. The coverage this year, losing Jair. I'm not sure it was just a big thing, but I mean, I think we could reuse him. I'd rather have Jair than Nate Hobbs any day. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe somebody could tell me. I'm not sure what it is, but guys wearing number 21 from Stokes, from Hobbs, from Kevin King. I think we should just retire the number. Retire and let Charles Woodson just enjoy his.
Should he be at 12?
Number 21
hit to an 8.
It's a really good point, actually. We have not had a lot of success with 21s after Charles.
Yeah, I think we just retire the number and just give it up at this point.
Bao Ju?
Oh, no. The play calling by Matt LaFleur. I like the play at the end, going forward. Like, a lot of people are saying, Jordan made the decision, but, I mean, you got to trust your guy. But a lot of plays, I don't see that Matt LaFleur really trusts his team. I mean, like, there's plays where we're on 3rd down, and like you said, the last caller, we're running a pitch out to the far right, and it's like, why not find your guy, took a crap down the middle, or just throw a little, you have Josh Jacobs, just throw a little, not a screen, a little 5-yard out, to give it to Josh Jacobs. These are top elite players, and instead of us using them wisely, the play calling is just questionable. You see Matthew Golden running from one side of the field to run towards Jordan Love and come behind him. Like, that's not what Golden does. Golden gets his what open, and he gets downfield and he gets open. Bubble screens is not what's used for Golden in college, so I'm not sure what Matt LaFleur is doing there. Like to play call at the end and go for it. Of course, a lot of people saying it's Jordan call. Not too many negatives. Also, I mean, only negative, like I said, will be the play calling. Jordan also, I mean, the deep passes from Jordan Love. Like I said, we have Tucker Kraft and Josh Jacobs. I feel like those are 2 elite players that show that they can be elite in this league. When the coverage drops back, just give it to these guys. I mean, on the 3rd down play that Tucker Kraft got, and it was incredible. I mean, the coverage dropped back. He wasted no time, gave it to Tucker Kraft. Tucker Kraft fought for the yards. We get the 3rd down. I mean, we get the 1st down. I don't know. Sometimes it comes with the coaching and the quarterback. I think these guys have to just click on the same page, and once we get that connection that we want, I think this team can really go places.
Yeah, I agree with. I will say this, and thanks for the call, Jamon. Look, first of all, I think if Josh Jacobs is fully healthy, he probably has a greater role. I mean, he played 31 snaps yesterday, which is 55% of the 56 snaps they ran offensively. Secondly, to Tausch's point, and Jamon, I think, agrees with you, 10 targets for Tucker Kraft, and you still want him to have more. I understand that, but, they only threw the ball 28 times. Like, they only had 56 plays. I remember Mike McCarthy used to love to talk about how the goal was to have 70 offensive snaps at minimum. And they didn't come anywhere close to that yesterday. They still won the game, but this distribution thing is going to be something we're going to talk about for a while. We're just going to keep talking about it, and I'm curious to see where it goes because, like I said, when the game started, I really thought this was going to be a Matthew Golden game. And then it didn't last for very long, and then it became a Tucker Kraft game later. We will get to more of your calls coming up. But first, saw a lot of Coors Light commercials during the game yesterday on television. And every time, I thought, why don't they have Mark Tauscher's voice telling us about this beverage?
Well, they had a lot of Coors Lights over the weekend, I can tell you that, too. A lot of Coors Light, and whether you're tailgating pregame, celebrating Rose Bowl championships from yesteryear, or a big win down in Arizona, and you need a moment to chill, just crack open a Rocky Mountain Cold Coors Light brewed with that 3-step cold process, cold lager, cold filtered, and it is cold packaged, so it is made to chill. And Jesse tonight, when he hits that 12 versus that 3 showing, I bet he cracks one open down at Hard Rock as well. Celebrate responsibly, Coors Brewing Company at Golden, Colorado.
More of your calls next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Mark Tauscher here for Chalmers Jewelers. I've been a big fan of Scott Garrett and the whole team at Chalmers Jewelers for years now. I go there, my friends go there, and most importantly, my wife loves it whenever I get her something from Chalmers Jewelers. It's my go-to spot for birthdays, anniversaries, and any special occasion. For quality jewelry and a great experience, choose Chalmers Jewelers, the place to go for that perfect gift. Stop at Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton and Madison.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison. Let's get the latest from Lambeau.
There's no second chances. There's no do-overs. We're definitely primed to take that next step. That's the focus and the goal.
This is your Green and Gold Fix on 100.5 ESPN.
It takes a lot of hard work, dedication, sacrifice, pain to get to where you want to go.
This Green and Gold Fix is driven by Metro Ford.
It came down to the wire in Arizona as the Packers went on the road to take on the Cardinals. Down 23-20 with less than 2 minutes left in the game, Josh Jacobs ran it in for his second touchdown of the game to seal the win for the Green and Gold. Here's head coach Matt LaFleur after the win.
I can't say enough about our guys. From the moment we got on the trip, nothing seemed to go right. To in game, there was a lot of things that didn't go right, but the guys kept battling, and that's what it takes in this league. But our guys, they're a resilient group, and I'm just really proud of them.
The Packers will gear up to face off against a familiar face in Aaron Rodgers as they will head to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers for Sunday Night Football.
Purchase, finance, or service a new or pre-owned Ford at Metro Ford of Madison on the east side today.
Time out on the field. Let's bring in Gina Della from Pella. What's the winning game plan this month?
Wayne, a whole house of new windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 60 months.
Wow, that's a drive you can sustain for years. No penalties, no extra interest.
And unlike opponents, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin actually stops the drafts.
Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Make your move today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 10/31/2025.
When it comes to your career, most companies want you to be interested in them. At Northwestern Mutual, their mutual interest is you. That's why they listen to your career goals, plan the steps to get there, and work side by side all along the way. To learn more about career opportunities, search for Northwestern Mutual Southern Wisconsin online or call 608-836-3080. That's 608-836-3080. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Hi, it's Jason Wilde from Wilde and Tausch, inviting you to join me July 5th on a journey through the lovely landscapes of England, Scotland, and Wales with Colette. We'll take in the charm of the countryside and the history of the great cities. Imagine standing before Big Ben in London, then later gazing out from Edinburgh Castle. So rich in history, it feels like you're stepping back in time. Along the way, we'll explore the storybook villages of Chester and Shakespeare's Stratford-upon-Avon, places where every street seems to whisper a piece of history. And how about a scenic train ride through the rolling green hills that lead us right into the medieval city of York? It's all part of this incredible journey. From iconic landmarks to cozy villages, from bustling city streets to peaceful countryside views, you'll experience the very best of Britain's history, culture, and beauty, and create memories that last a lifetime. To learn more about this amazing adventure, text TRAVEL to 844-770-3776 or visit ESPNMilwaukeeTravel.com for full details.
What's new at Zimbrick Chevrolet? A lot. A free car wash with every service, plus a brand new detail facility to keep your ride looking fresh all year long. Relax with coffee and snacks while you wait, and if you can't, grab one of their numerous service loaners, take the shuttle, or even get a lift on them. Plus, Zimbrick Chevrolet has the largest new Chevrolet inventory in southern Wisconsin, and you'll never overpay at Zimbrick Chevrolet. Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust.
We're on the Badgers.
If Maryland wasn't the final straw, okay. If Iowa wasn't the final straw, all right. If this isn't the final straw, when is enough enough? It's time to move on.
This is 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Since Mark Tauscher joined the Green Bay Packers in 2000, the players who have worn number 21 are as follows. Gary Berry.
Gary Berry?
Ohio State.
That's a fun name.
Ohio State safety.
Suffered a neck injury, never played a game in the NFL. Bao Zhu.
Penn State guy.
That's also a fun name.
Earl Little in that unforgettable season of 2005.
Played with the Browns before he got here.
Then this guy showed up, wasn't happy to be there. Charles Woodson.
That was a good signing.
He turned out to be pretty good.
Pretty good signing.
After that, Natrell Jamerson, former Badger.
Yeah.
First name Roberson?
There's a good memory. Might have to have him on this week.
Could he pen an open letter to everyone as well? We could post.
After that, Ha Clinton Dix.
That didn't work out.
Followed by Eric Stokes.
Yeah, it didn't work out. But he's playing good ball now from what, right?
Well, that was a couple weeks ago. I haven't checked in since.
I don't even know where he is.
Raiders.
They stink.
They're not good.
I hope Pete Carroll starts getting the same heat that Billy Belichick's getting, because they both stink. Both teams stink.
Not as much heat as Billy Napier got. And finally, Nate Hobbs not wearing it. So other than
Jason's guy.
Yeah, my guy, very physical. God, he wasn't very good against Arizona yesterday. Imagine how bad he must have been in the game he didn't actually play against them that I allegedly watched on film. All right, let's get some more of your calls. 844-770-3776.
Next time you do one of those film breakdowns, can you digi-only that? Because I'd love to see you do that. Like, I would definitely tune in.
I'm sure you would.
And if you want to do it for Channel 3000, go for it. I just would love to see you do a digi-only on whatever free agents we sign. I want you jumping in, breaking that film down, and I want Jason Wilde digi-only. Can we commit to that?
I think it would be super boring watching Jason watch film.
No.
I look, I'm not going to be pushed around by a former NFL player. You are. You know what you're doing.
I think it's
interesting. You know what you're.
I can't.
Don't. I see the smirk on your face. You can't even keep a straight face. Why you do this?
Why you do this?
Let's go to Sparky and Sussex.
Because I like it. That's why.
Oh, I know why you do this. Let's go to Sparky in Sussex. Sparky, good morning. Thanks for holding on, buddy. What do you got?
I basically just have a question that was inspired by Mrs. Sparky. Watching the game first half, and I told her that apparently the week before, McManus had told Haversack to go out and make yourself some money, kind of an audition for you. Keep playing. And she said, well, would they just keep him? And I said, no, McManus is kicking really well. He doesn't have the leg, but he's really accurate. So a few minutes later, Haversack sets a new record. So I guess my question is, what do you do? What are our options? I mean, keep him, cut him? Can you trade him? What do they do with a situation
all
like
of
that?
the above are options. So Tausch, why don't you take this? Because you were on this last night on Green Bay game night. You remain on this. You have a kicker that you signed to a 3-year, $15.3 million extension in March. You obviously believe in him. He missed 2 kicks all of last year. Lucas Havrasik, in a small sample size, is 10 for 10, including a 61 blank and yarder. Although at the same time, you did have a chance to have him kick the game-tying field goal from 47 yards, and the head coach did say that's not a chip shot, and he decided to go for it ultimately on 4th and 2. What if Goody calls and says, Tausch, I don't listen to your show much because I don't really like Wilde, but I heard through the grapevine you're a big supporter of my work. What do you think I should do at kicker? How do you respond?
I called the New York Giants today, and I said, hey, once McManus is healthy, I'm trading Haversack for a 6th-round pick. If they say no, you keep him. And I am more than content keeping him on this roster through the trade deadline. I'm not doing anything till the trade deadline. And then if you have injuries that pile up and you have to, you hope that Haversack can be a practice squad guy. It's a tough one. I'm going to struggle. Haversack, right?
Ashcraft.
What?
No, it's just you and names. Sometimes
it's Haversack, right?
Yeah.
Haversack.
Lucas Haversack.
Haversack. Yeah, that's what I said, Haversack. And I changed it to 6.
Havlicek, yeah, the whole thing.
So he right now, he has a great value to this team. When McManus is healthy, and you know he's healthy, because what is it, a quad? I don't even know what is exactly wrong.
It is his right quadriceps, his kicking leg.
I don't love that. And I have a team that I think can go chase a chip. It's worth keeping 2, and somebody that you trust. So unless somebody gives me a 6, Havlicek, Haversack, whatever, he is staying on my football team. I'm not cutting him. I'm not going to trade him for he has a great value right now to what we're doing. He ain't going anywhere.
Let's take another call. Let's go to Terrell on the north side. And by the way, thanks for the call, Sparky, and say hi to Mrs. Sparky for us.
It's getting to be U-Log season. Although it's been so balmy.
We're on the cusp.
Very balmy this last weekend.
Let's go to Terrell on the north side. Terrell, good morning. Thanks for holding on so long, buddy. What do you got?
Hey, no problem. Jason, you remember who I am?
That's a tough question.
Who is
Help
it,
me
Jason?
out.
No. Tell him who it is.
Jason, do you remember me calling you the fortress of the Green Bay Packers front office because you always defended them on Homer's show back in the day?
I have selective, Terrell, I have selective amnesia. I don't.
But anyway, let me get. I almost thought if I didn't hear you on the radio and when they were talking to you, I almost thought that you had reincarnated into Matt LaFleur's body because you both are very conservative guys.
We are conservative and handsome, I might add. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So here's the positive, though. The positive, real quick. The positive is that they found a way to win, and also that even though LaFleur has been real conservative or kind of quirky-jerky with his offense and his play calls and everything, he finally made a decision to show some stones and make that play. He made that decision to go for it, and it ended up paying dividends for him. The negative side is that when I look at this team so far, they play down to their competition too much. And when I think about playing down to your competition, I think about youth and I think about coaching. And the youth you can't do anything about. They have to learn. But coaching for LaFleur, he's been here for 7-8 years now, and he's coached a veteran quarterback. there's no excuse for what he's going through right now. And I'm hoping that this process that him and Jordan Love had, it makes their synergy come together, and it can be felt permeate throughout the locker room, that maybe this can be a tipping tail. Now, I just got one more assessment really quick, and I want Tauscher to tell me a little bit about this.
Speaking of a fortress.
I noticed in the postgame interview, postgame with LaFleur in the locker room, and also during the game, that Rashawn Gary didn't seem himself. For some reason, I just picked up on it. I was watching it, maybe because I've been reading a lot about these trade rumors during the week, and it's not just one little speculating rumor. It's been kind of popping around about specific teams like the 49ers. Do you think, as a player, just from the human side, I would say yeah, but I would like you to speak to it because you've been in the locker room.
Great
question.
How
do you think, does that have an effect on him in the locker room or something? Because he was not his jubilant self that I'm used to seeing, and I was just like, wow, I wonder if that really bothering him.
That is an outstanding question that I would not have thought to ask. Well done, Terrell. Sincerely, signed sincerely, the Fortress. That's a great question. Tausch, you were never the subject of trade rumors, I don't think.
No, I wasn't.
But you had teammates who probably were. What do you make of that?
So Terrell just said, he understands the human side of it, that you have the answer. Football players are human, and sometimes I know we kind of look at it and we don't think that that's the case. Mm-hmm. And they can do some things that most humans can't do, obviously. But the psyche and the feelings and the I feel wanted, I don't know. I didn't pick up on that. I'm sure Jason the Fortress Wilde can get in that locker room today.
What a nickname.
And ask Rashawn about that. But the human nature side of it would tell you, obviously, if something, and if it's credible and you don't hear anyone really come down and say something to you, these things, this perception does become reality. And when you get the vibe that somebody maybe doesn't want you or that you are expendable, of course that will affect you mentally. Then you have to figure out how that all works, and it is a constant mind gymnastics that you're working through, and it's something that not everybody handles in the right way. Mm-hmm. So we'll see how that all shakes out, and if there is some there. I wasn't paying attention enough to catch up on all that as we were doing the show, but human nature would tell you that would not surprise me at all.
All right. Our next call up after the break, and I know she does a lot of work from home, so it allows her to stay on hold this long. But our next call is from Erica, so don't go anywhere.
Who do you think she's going to root for this weekend?
Who do you think we're going to? What do you think we're going? You think she's going to want to break down Nate Hobbs' performance?
Maybe.
It's possible. It's possible there will be a new video. In fact, I fairly confidently can say that there will be a new game day video on all our social channels with me giving you your 3 things to watch in the game on game day with Associated Bank. It's a fun little thing that we're doing with Matty Hayes and Lance Davis and, of course, with Associated Bank. And you know the line that I love from them. It's not branches that make a bank local. It's roots. And their roots are deep in Wisconsin. They were there when the Packers began way back in 1919. And now they have the best customer service in the industry, and they've got all the awards to prove it, whether it's early pay, so you have access to your money up to 2 days early, whether it's credit monitoring to make sure your credit is where you need it to be to make that big purchase, or it's fraud protection, which they had my back on when somebody tried to take my information. They've got you covered, and, of course, with Brewers, Badgers, and Packers checking. So go to AssociatedBank.com to find out more. Erica, you're next. More calls. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Trick or treat. Mark Tauscher here for Grassland Dairy. And I've been thinking that this year, when young trick-or-treaters decked out in their great costumes come ring our doorbell, instead of handing out candy, I'll offer some individual packets of the pure and delicious taste of Grassland butter. Why wouldn't any little ghost, princess, or zombie want to bring home the highest quality butter that's been produced from farm to table since 1904? Something so good, lasting more than 5 generations, would have to be the best option in the Halloween bucket, right? Plus, Grassland butter is more versatile than chocolate or fruity candy. It's great for breakfast in the morning or with dinner rolls and sandwiches in the evening. Even spooky, scary skeletons know to butter better with better butter. There's truly no better product and no better taste than the pure and delicious taste of Grassland butter. Grassland Dairy, crafting butter for 5 generations.
You, rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by Steinhoffels, celebrating 91 years with savings on furniture and mattresses. Trusted for quality and comfort. Shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com. Strong words from Coach.
I mean, it's too damn late now.
Barry Alvarez sounding off as Wisconsin still searches for its identity under Luke Fickell. Coach recalling the steps he took to make the changes necessary to become a Big Ten powerhouse. More from the Barry Alvarez Show.
That has to happen in the offseason, in 2 days, preseason. Our identity was we're going to be physical because they were physical every day. You weren't going to play or you weren't going to come close to the field unless you'd mix it up and you were physical.
Get a whole house of new Pella windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 60 months.
Wow. Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Visit PellaWI.com today.
You hear that? That's the sound of Pepsi Zero Sugar. The better tasting, more refreshing Zero Sugar Cola. Listen to that endless pour. Pure refreshment. If it sounds this good, just imagine how it tastes. Oh yeah, so good. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Let your taste decide.
Wisconsin icon.
It's all about the Badgers.
The dawn of the Wisconsin Badgers.
We did it better than everybody for 20-some years.
Joined by 2 of his football legends.
I like all of them, except for quarterback.
I like defensive ends.
Hey,
I really like defensive ends.
Someone didn't like kickers at one point.
The Barry Alvarez Show with Barry Alvarez, Tarek Sala, Derek Engler, and Jesse Nelson. Live from Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton every Monday night. Right here on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Looking to take your baseball game to the next level? GRB Academy provides year-round training programs designed around your schedule and your goals. For over 15 years, GRB has been Wisconsin's leader in player development and advancement with a state-of-the-art 52,000 square foot facility of elite baseball training space and coaches who know how to get results. From youth to high school, baseball players trust GRB to help them reach their next level. Training program spots are filling quickly, so don't wait. Register now at grbacademy.com.
The UW Credit Union member Mark Tauscher here. People ask me, old T, why did you join UW Credit Union? Well, is it to keep your banking local? Is it the member first service? Great perks like early payday? Absolutely. But honestly, between us, I mean, it's Bucky. I can't say no to that face. If you love Wisconsin like I do, you just can't pay with anything else. Fandom makes us do crazy things, but this just makes sense. Become a UW Credit Union member and get your Bucky card like me. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
He's got a Chevrolet that don't always run and the radio never turns down. He's got a pedigree that's no good for nothing, no commas in his bank account. But there's a girl.
Oh, there's some buzz in the YouTube comments for our next caller. Levi, you should tell that Erica from Milwaukee that she makes the show so much fun when she calls in.
She is fun. I always enjoy her point of view.
And so, Erica, you make the show so much fun when you call in. Welcome. How you doing today?
Good. How are you? Tausch opened the can of worms because I was going to talk about the game from yesterday a little bit before I talked about Rodgers, but
yeah,
he wants to know what I'm rooting for.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can root for Rodgers to have 3 touchdowns and 300 yards passing. However, I'm going to root for Love to have 4 touchdowns and 301 yards passing.
Yeah. All right.
So,
the anti-Jesse in these deals.
Exactly.
Love it.
So our defensive backs need to get it together. Otherwise, Rodgers is going to probably score 50-some points. So, I mean, I've been watching his games, and some of those passes are pretty impressive still. I mean, he's had 2 games with 4 touchdowns, and
he's
I guess. I know. So I guess I'm so glad he screwed the Jets over with the one game. But like I said, Jordan Love, you got to throw 4 touchdowns and 301 yards passing if Rodgers is going to throw 3 and 300 yards passing. So I guess that's what I'm rooting for. Wilde, are you going to go to the game in Pittsburgh?
I am not. The cost of flights is a little bit, as you can imagine, pricey. And I'm working on maybe. I don't want to make the trip and then be irritated with a certain person if I don't have the conversation that I'm looking for. So we will have full coverage leading into that game right here on Wilde and Tausch, and of course on channel3000.com.
Well, did he reply to your text? You were going to text him to see if you could meet.
We did text the other night after the Thursday night game, but again, he's a complicated fella, and we'll leave it at that. I am very much looking.
Send tickets up here.
I'm sorry.
If anybody, Erica should get tickets.
Yeah,
from him. That's 100% true.
If he'll send tickets up here.
She's been a ride or die for him.
That's true, no doubt about it. And it's a 10-hour drive from Green Bay to Pittsburgh because I did look it up. Thanks for the call, Erica.
That's not that bad. Fella. What if you and Jesse drove out there?
I got plans this weekend. Stop signing me up to do things with him.
What do you mean?
What if you drove out there?
I'm
with
out in
him?
Oregon, or I would drive out with Jason 100% if I wasn't out in Oregon.
Do you really need to go, though? Sorry. We need to get to the 11 o'clock hour.
LePay can handle it.
I'm not sure he needs to go either. You should tell us about Hard Rock Casino Rockford, though, where Jesse's going to be tonight.
Going to be there, and I can't wait to hear what Coach Alvarez has to say about the weekend with all of his old coaches and players.
Kaboom bar.
It was awesome. Can't wait for Jesse to do that. I'm sure they probably won't talk a ton about the game. Maybe they will, but they will be doing it at the Hard Rock Casino Rock for about an hour. You carpooling down with old boy?
There is a Rose Bowl car going, and there's a non-Rose Bowl car going.
So Derek and Tark.
Jesse's added himself to the graphic.
Yeah,
I saw that. I already mentioned it, and he said he didn't have anything to do with it, which
I'm
I don't
good
believe
enough to do this kind
at
of
all.
stuff.
You're bigger than the 2 guys that played.
Derek's taller
I didn't make it,
No,
Jason.
he's bigger than Tark, though, for sure on that. So you're
Jesse
not right down with.
Why is Tark like tickling Barry's chin in this little graphic?
Are you not going to ride down with Tark, Derek, and Coach?
No, again, they're in the Rose Bowl car. They're going to do their
They
car.
can get a bigger car.
And then I'm riding.
Jesse's in the Dunzo car.
And I'm in the Dunzo car. Yeah,
That's exactly how it should be.
Yeah.
And it's only 60 minutes for the boys to get down there. Check them out tonight. It'll be a fantastic show from 6 to 8 down there. And you can get down there. You can hit the 1,300 slots. You got the 50 live table games. You got a sports book. You got the rock shop. You got great food. I'm guessing you're going to be able to check out that UU Noodle Bar that I've been wanting. Street tacos. They got the great steaks with the Council Oak steaks and seafood. They got it all. Head on down. Hard Rock Casino Rockford, a premier entertainment destination just off I-90 in Rockford, Illinois. Again, it's about a 60-minute drive from the Madison Metroplex, and you get to see Jesse Nelson and the Jesse Nelson Show with a guest appearance by Barry Alvarez and some Rose Bowl champions tonight. Again, the Jesse Nelson Show down in Hard Rock Casino Rockford tonight.
The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch starts in 2 minutes, so stick around.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mark Tauscher here for Pizza Hut, and let me tell you, Pizza Hut delivers a win every time with the Big Dinner Box. For just $19.99, get 2 medium, 1-topping pizzas, 8 boneless wings, and 5 breadsticks. Feed your whole team for one unbeatable price. Choose your crust, hand-tossed, pan, thin and crispy, or even tavern style. Order now for delivery or carry-out at pizzahut.com or on the Pizza Hut app. The Big Dinner Box for just $19.99, only at Pizza Hut. And remember, No one on Pizzas the Hut.
Hey, Madison, it's Rich Eisen. Join me for The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays noon to 2, right here on 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson, Sports Center, brought to you by Wisconsin Surplus in Mount Horeb, your homegrown auction powerhouse. From government assets to vehicles and equipment, find your next deal at wisconsinsurplus.com. It is a victory Monday for the Green Bay Packers, at least, not so much for the rest of the sports teams around the state. Packers win their first road contest of 2025 with a 27-23 victory over the Arizona Cardinals. Fun fact, the Packers have scored exactly 27 points in each of their 4 victories this season. How about that? Jordan Love finished 19 of 29 passing, 179 yards, 1 touchdown pass to Tucker Kraft. Led the team in targets. He was targeted 10 times yesterday, 5 catches for 58 yards, including that score. Josh Jacobs, who was questionable in a game-time decision yesterday, 13 carries, 55 yards on a pitch count, but did have 2 touchdown runs, helping propel the Packers to victory. Micah Parsons, a career-high 3 sacks, including 1 crucial one in the final moments of Jacoby Brissett, the Cardinals quarterback, helping Green Bay emerge victorious. Lots to talk about on a Victory Monday all day long, including more Wilde and Tausch until noon, 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
O'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now. A couple things from the YouTube comments before we get to more of your calls. And I think this is a good point that, I'll be honest, I don't always think long-term about decisions, etc. When it comes to the Packers. Brandon McManus is 34 years old.
It's old.
It is, especially for the Green Bay Packers. Now, whether or not that's old for a kicker, that's another discussion. Lucas Havrasik just turned 26.
8 years difference.
So, again, small sample size.
Why did he get cut by the Rams?
Because he missed too many kicks. Huh. But that was 2 years ago.
I don't think we want to crown him. The reason I want to keep him.
Right.
I'm not crowning. It's too early
I understand.
to crown.
We have an extensive track record of premature crowning.
I disagree.
Really?
No, I am not I don't think it's been a ton of premature crowning.
How many Final Fours has Badger men's basketball been to?
More than Bradley.
Isn't the point.
Sick comeback,
yeah, good
true.
one, yeah.
Is it not true?
Snap.
The point is, you said back-to-back years at the same
I said if they played in Milwaukee.
February.
Stop taking off. You have to put it
You
all in
added
the
that later,
No.
you weasel.
I put it in. It had to be through Milwaukee, and they lost to Penn State. They didn't get it. So don't get me out about that.
Most important 1 seed in the history of 1 seeds.
I agree with that.
Defensive Player of the Year, Jair Alexander.
And he should have been.
Brewers going to be a World Series team in 2025.
They should have been.
But they weren't.
I didn't say that. I never once said that they were. I said we should start acting like we are. Turns out we weren't.
That is how it turned out. And we know you just admitted earlier in today's program that you prematurely crowned the defense. You used that phrase, man.
I did.
And we did it with Jordan Love in 2023.
You did it with Jordan Love. I did not.
You did
not to the same degree. No.
You put money on him winning the MVP this year.
This season, and he's sitting right there, ready to go take it.
Still feeling good.
Right. Okay. So if I could get back to more calls,
I just don't want to be like Crab Bisque. I don't want to be lumped in. Don't be lumping me in.
Crab bisque? What do you think of lumped in? You think of lump crab.
You have a tomato basil soup, and you don't. You throw, because crab it's the weirdest thing, but it's considered lumped when you throw it in the soup. Lumps of crab. And I don't want to be lumped.
I'm not sure that's okay.
Just like lumpy Heron doesn't want to be lumpy.
Yeah, and his sister Alyssa. So, how exactly and what is the end game for your Lucas Havrisik stashing? Is it purely to acquire a draft pick for him when you no longer need him, or do you view it as, hey, maybe we keep him around because older kickers sometimes fall off the table, and then we have an option. Everybody's got backups everywhere else. Kicker, punter, long snapper usually don't. What is your end game on him, if there is one in your mind?
I will develop, and continue to be the insurance policy that he's been. And if he keeps kicking and making, old boy was kind of telling him, go make some money. Well, he might be taking that money out of your pocket.
Right.
That's the risk you take. So if he keeps making kicks, it's going to be like I'm not going to say it's going to be like the J.J. McCarthy situation up in Minnesota. I'd take another week. Yeah, take another week. Oh, you sure your ankle's good? Well, we need you to go play hopscotch on loose rocks just to make sure that it's good.
Jeez.
Okay. So I don't want to use the term stash, but I am keeping him until the roster is exhausted if you need from an injury standpoint, because right now they don't even have 53 dudes on the active roster. So he's staying with me until we are in dire straits and we need someone else to be elevated. I'm not doing anything unless somebody comes. If the Giants, after they miss 2 extra points, come to me and say, I'll give you a 6th for him today, I'm going to do that if old boy can kick this week and he's healthy. Outside of that, nope.
Let's get back to the calls. Got a lot of people waiting. None of them is named Lucas Havrisik. Let's go to Justin in San Diego, who was at the game in Phoenix yesterday, or Glendale. Justin, good morning. Thanks for holding on, buddy. How you doing?
Doing great. Yourselves?
We're awesome. Thanks for waiting so long. What do you got for us?
So I just want to say hopscotch on loose rocks. That is some of your finest work ever, Tausch.
Appreciate
really,
you.
really
I knew
good.
you'd like that. I didn't get. By the way, didn't get anything from these 2 knuckleheads. I just throw gold at these guys, and they. Well, you've gotten. You guys have
First
gotten
of all,
jaded.
you heard me.
You guys
you
have
heard
gotten
me
jaded.
laughing.
So thank you.
You heard
Continue
me
with your point.
You
No,
heard
you're
me
jaded.
laughing about the
You got
hopscotch on
You're
loose
jaded.
rocks. I would ask you, since you're now searching for further feedback on your brilliant line that Justin likes so much, how do you chalk out the squares on loose rocks?
You get a can of spray paint. It's not that hard.
Oh, now we need a can of spray paint for a loose rock hopscotch.
Yeah.
Justin, the floor is yours.
All right. Positives are fans. If you have not gone to an away game at a fan base that sucks, like the Cardinals or the Jaguars or the Titans or
Chargers.
the Panthers, please put it in your docket.
Yep.
Yeah, it reinvigorates you as a Packer fan. We took that place over. Second positive, we won. We won a gritty game. I don't feel like we stole a game. I always thought we were going to win, but it was definitely like winning in the league is hard. We won, and our studs showed up, unlike the Brewers, right? Micah broke out. Jacobs was sick, played his butt off. Look at Love the last 3 games in the fourth quarter. Look at those stats. Like, really impressive, leading critical drives in critical moments to win games or tie in Dallas, sadly. So our big performers, our big studs are performing. And then penalties. Like, there's a lot of dumb penalties early, but late. When they were driving in the fourth quarter, me and my friends were like, oh, my God, we're going to have a holding or something stupid on defense. We didn't have a bad, dumb penalty at the end. So those are my positives. My negatives are, like, 2 things can be true at once, right? Like, I always tell my kid, yeah, everybody makes mistakes. You know, it's okay to make mistakes. But you got to quit hitting your sister for the 97th time, right? Like, 2 things can be true. And I'm happy we won. But LaFleur, man, LaFleur is just killing me. This is I'd say 4 weeks now since the Browns game that we have not showed up ready to play. And that is an indictment on coaching. Like, he just gets so cute in so many dumb moments. We went for it at 4th down a couple times. In the 3rd down plays where we would hand it off on 3rd and 7 and we get 2 yards, like, what is he doing? And there's just multiple times where he's doing dumb things. Secondly, we have a great record. Are we a great team? I expect more from them. I think it's good that we're not playing our best football right now, but I'm waiting to see us ascend, and I'm just waiting to see what's happening. And then lastly, the defense. I was the guy that called you guys like 3 weeks ago, and I told you the comp for this team for me was the 2011 and 2007 Giants, because they had a killer front four with like Strahan, O.C. Umenyiora, Justin Tuck, Jason Pierre-Paul, but the rest of the D stunk. And you push back a bit, Tausch. I'm seeing more and more of that comp, because what happened to our linebackers? Like, you know, they were the fastest guys flying around, Coop and Quay. And then look at Todd McBride yesterday, just picking up every 7-yard pass ever. And if you look at tight ends against the pack, something's wrong with the middle of the defense. I don't know if we need to move Dobbs or what's his name, the guy that we signed out of the Raiders.
Jason Hobbs.
Or Keyshawn back in the slot. Hobbs, yeah. Something's got to change with the middle. And then the back end of the secondary, like Goody scoured the waiver wire for Rasul Douglas a few years ago. You know, practice squads. Look at what else is out there. Try something different, because we're getting torched on the back end. I still love the front end, but something's just up with the D, and I can't figure it out. It doesn't feel like Halfley. It feels like the guys aren't performing. So that's what I got.
All right.
Justin, great call. I know Tausch likes to get after me for correcting people. I'm not doing that here. I got a kick out of this, though, because I did it myself on the air yesterday. Trey McBride is the tight end for the Cardinals. Todd McBride with 1D, which was always one of my favorites.
Old defensive back
former
for the
Packers
G&G.
defensive back.
Yep.
And I did the same thing.
You two are
Todd
like twins.
McBride.
I love the initial point about the fans overtaking the stadium.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to tell you, as a player, there was nothing sweeter than going down to Tampa or Arizona, and you found a way to win a game, and when that crowd would start the Go Pack Go chant in their stadium, it was sweet. It is
just for the record, Jacoby Brissett said after the game they went silent count all game in their own stadium. That
I thought it was
cannot
50,
be positive.
I thought it was a 50-50 split crowd-wise, and I'm sure they didn't anticipate. They should, because they know better. And the Chargers, it's such a huge disadvantage for these teams that their fan bases just don't care.
Well, yeah, but it's those teams' fault for not being more competitive, right?
Well, I don't know. I mean, is it?
I didn't think Cardinals fans are known as being, like, bad fans.
It's transient. I'd say they're transient. And I'll give them credit. We played them the week before the playoff game, and it was like Packer Palooza. And then the playoff game, Cardinal fans showed up and showed out loud. Now, we put up a 45 burger on them, and it didn't matter because we gave up a 51 burger. But whatever the case may be, it's awesome. And Green Bay knows. Like, our players know it. There's some fan bases that people, they're the best fans in the world. No. That's all. Like, if the Chargers, if Jimmy Harbaugh gets up there and says, these Charger fans are the best, Jimmy, you're full of blank. Or if old boy Gannon gets up there and says that, come on now, you know better. You know better. So it's an awesome plus that the G&G have, and we utilize it well.
All right, speaking of the best fans, we have the best fans. And so Caddy Joe, Gene, and Patrick have all stayed on hold. We will get to all of their calls in the next segment. Thank you for your patience. Tausch, at the game, not yesterday, but the previous game at Lambeau Field, I saw Tito's Vodka up on the scoreboard.
Tito's is everywhere.
You were an early adopter.
Absolutely, Tito's is everywhere. And I'll tell you what, when you're out celebrating a Rose Bowl championship, celebrating wins, if you're having a Bloody Mary at a brunch, you want to go boo in a bar, and you want to mix it with something, it's going to be Tito's that you're going to mix because it is the best. Tito's goes great with everything that you're looking to have. And you know what? Not only just about great drinks. Tito's gives back in a big way, partnering with nonprofits and doing real good in the communities across the country, especially for our four-legged friends. I got to be honest, got to see our great friend Courtney from Tito's. She's a rock star.
She is amazing.
She's starting to, I can tell, she's trying to help Eleanor. She gave us a Tito's dog dish.
Woof.
She gave us a Tito's dog dish.
Wait a minute now. I gave you a Tito's sign about how they love dogs.
Yeah.
I got you leashes.
No, I know.
It's still gone unused now.
Yep.
Oh,
No, I
now
left
Courtney
them-
brings the dog dish.
I left those up at the Tundra Trio next to that great painting that I gave you.
One of those was a great gift. The other was
I don't know about that. It depends on the eye of the beholder. But celebrate responsibly, crafted to be savored responsibly. Don't be jumping in my reads like that. You can give a quip. You don't get to full sentences. We start doing full sentences during reads now. It's quips only. Don't you understand? Let me finish. Crafted to be savored responsibly.
Now you interrupted yourself.
Yeah, it's a weird
A
deal.
full sentence to yourself. All right, we need to get to a few more calls. We'll do that next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Ready to watch the Packers like a VIP? Cousins Subs put you in the center of it all, on the 50-yard line in plush recliner seats, complete with personal TVs and your favorites delivered from Cousins Subs. 2 pairs of fans are selected before each regular season home game to enjoy this one-of-a-kind experience. Enter daily to win the best seats in the house, only from Cousins Subs. Cousins Subs. We believe in better. See rules and eligibility for details.
Grassland Butter is built by tradition right here in Wisconsin. Grassland is family owned and has been crafting butter for 5 generations. That's why at Grassland Butter, you're more than just an employee, you're family. The Wietrich family believes in supporting each other, growing together, and building a workplace where everyone feels valued. Your voice matters at Grassland Dairy. Your success is our success. Join a team where culture isn't just a buzzword, it's how we live every day. Check us out online at grassland.com. That's grassland.com.
Ben Brust here to tell you about the Princeton Club. If you're looking for a place where you can better yourself while having a wonderful atmosphere, you have it at the Princeton Club. Strong communities, strong body, and strong mind. All it takes is one small step to start today. You will see that you have everything you need in order to achieve all of your goals. Find your better tomorrow at the Princeton Club. 8 Madison locations where you go in there, you take a tour, and you realize this is a place for me. Find more at PrincetonClub.net.
Zimbrick Honda has been a proud part of the Madison community since 1973. They're your one-stop shop for over 250 new Hondas to choose from. Whether you're looking for a sedan, SUV, or truck, their selection of new vehicles is second to none. Stop in today at their location on Fish Hatchery Road and lease a 2026 Honda CR-V Hybrid Trail Sport for as low as $349 per month. Or browse their vehicle selection online at ZimbrickHonda.com. That's ZimbrickHonda.com. Shop local, shop Zimbrick Honda.
It's the best time of the year, and you know what that means for me. It's tailgating season. Hey, it's Alex Stroh. For my friends at Door County Distillery, locally produced, handcrafted, award-winning spirits made locally in beautiful Door County. If you're in Madison tailgating before a game, there's only one thing to do to elevate your experience, and that's bring it with Door County Distillery. Whether that's the cherry brandy for your old-fashioned, the single malt whiskey, or any of the gins, vodkas, and in-betweens, Door County Distillery has you covered. Find the retailer nearest you at doorcountydistillery.com.
Hi, it's Jason Wilde from Wilde and Tausch, inviting you to join me July 5th on a journey through the lovely landscapes of England, Scotland, and Wales with Colette. We'll take in the charm of the countryside and the history of the great cities. Imagine standing before Big Ben in London, then later gazing out from Edinburgh Castle. So rich in history, it feels like you're stepping back in time. Along the way, we'll explore the storybook villages of Chester and Shakespeare's Stratford-upon-Avon, places where every street seems to whisper a piece of history. And how about a scenic train ride through the rolling green hills that lead us right into the medieval city of York? It's all part of this incredible journey. From iconic landmarks to cozy villages, from bustling city streets to peaceful countryside views, you'll experience the very best of Britain's history, culture, and beauty, and create memories that last a lifetime. To learn more about this amazing adventure, text TRAVEL to 844-770-3776 or visit ESPNMilwaukeeTravel.com for full details.
Mark Tauscher here to tell you a little bit more about Everlight Solar. We all know that electricity costs are on the rise. That's why you need to talk to my friends over at Everlight Solar. Their local team here in Madison is here to keep it simple. From your no-cost consultation to solar panel installation, the team at Everlight Solar will be with you every step of the way. Not only will they help you save money, but by switching to solar, you're also helping save the planet. Everlight Solar, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Check them out at everlightsolar.com.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
One of our most loyal YouTubers is John in the ESPN Madison YouTube comments. He likes to give me a hard time for responding only to negative people, which is fair criticism.
You're a positive guy.
No, you're a positive guy, though.
I am. I'm.
PJ. Let's start calling him PJ.
No.
No? PJ.
Will Wilde and Tausch even mention Shohei Ohtani's performance against the Brewers?
Whoa, Nelly!
I mean, we could. It was impressive. It's like that line in Major League. Last time I pitched to this guy, he hit a ball that hasn't landed yet. And then there's like a deleted scene from that film where they're at the restaurant and he says, no, don't worry, that ball wouldn't have been out of a lot of ballparks. And then he says, name one, and he says Yellowstone.
That's funny now.
I mean, I have never seen with these eyes a ball hit that hard and that far. That was amazing. But beyond that, what is there to say? Jesse told us it was Rap City as soon as he went to the Dodgers.
Who would have guessed that Jesse would be ahead of the curve?
Kind of feels that way at the moment. He was wild. He was roundly criticized and heckled for that take.
Well, it's over. Ohtani's going to the Dodgers.
Well, first they got to figure out who they're playing.
Well, in fairness, he was hitting like $105 before that game. So let's not act
he was Yelichian.
Let's not act like he was carrying the load. He obviously carried it in Game 4. But come on now.
Come on now.
Isn't it amazing? All that stuff that he had off the field just vanished. Isn't that an amazing little quip?
Well, they found the perpetrator.
I'm sure.
His interpreter.
Allegedly. Yeah. Okay. I'm just going to make sure I throw allegedly let's 5 times and let's move it along.
Let's wrap up our calls here. Let's start with Caddy Joe in West Bend.
I think Pablo, what's the guy's name? Pablo Torres.
Iglesias?
The guy
Pablo Torre.
He should be
Samari Torre.
I would think he finds a lot of stuff. That might be a spot to go snoop around. You know what I mean?
Now I'm also starting to take like Tausch is giving requests to Pablo Torres.
Does he have his own show, or how does that? I don't even know what is. I mean, he is.
Pablo Torre finds out.
I didn't love the secret cameras stealing that stuff.
No. All right. So I really want to get to these calls.
Yeah,
you brought it up. I didn't.
You brought up the secret taping.
You brought up Ohtani from John in the
I
YouTube
didn't bring
comments.
I was ready to get to calls.
No one was wanting to talk Ohtani.
If you're gonna dump on people that are working on your project with you and your 24-year-old girlfriend and talk negatively about them the way they did, that's going to come back on you.
Oh, I didn't see. I'm just saying it.
You got to watch the video. The people who clearly leaked it to him were the people that he was saying all kinds of crap about, spurred on by his girlfriend.
Okay, I missed it.
We got to watch the video.
When Pablo gets the Shohei stuff and everything else, I'm going to he puts a lot of interesting stuff out.
A lot of opinions on the Badgers. Please ask Tausch about the incomparable punter Sean West and how he had an all-timer on Saturday.
That was a phenomenal play.
Chariot following up with this UW getting to the point like Iowa where their best player is the punter. We're not going to address that. We're going to take more calls.
It's going to take a while to read that letter that was posted this morning, so we'll probably talk Badgers extensively tomorrow. No.
Okay.
Caddy Joe in West Bend has waited a long time. Caddy Joe, hi.
Hey, boys.
Well,
how we doing?
Caddy? How are you?
Hey, I'm good. How's your game?
Struggling.
It's his knee.
Alex, I got one quick little bit of advice. Do you lock your pinkies? Or do you go thumbs down?
I do not. I thumbs down.
Thumbs down.
Yep.
Move your right thumb to the left, an eighth inch. It'll do wonders.
All right,
Your
I will
grip
do
is
that.
everything.
I have a slice.
Anyway.
Can you help me with that while you're here?
Yep. Move your right thumb an eighth inch to the left. Your grip is everything in golf. It starts there.
Okay. Words to live by.
Blackjack and golf. I think we got a little something going here. We got some.
Never know what you're going to get
a couple
here.
different things brewing.
That's the tip of the day. Move your right thumb over.
Love it.
Eighth inch. All right.
And hit on 12.
Positive, negative. Kind of an oxymoron. I think our positives and my negatives are the same because they're not playing great, but they're winning games. It's early in the year. I think what we see between week 12 and 17 is going to be a whole different team. So I like that part. There's a lot to coach up. Yet you're winning. That's a positive, right?
I would think winning is usually good. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that people are kind of getting down on this, but they're winning games and they're not even playing not even close to their best ball yet. That's got to be a positive.
Yeah, that's what we hope. We hope they're not playing their best.
The negative. We got these two kickers. That's great. Do you guys think? Did you watch after they scored that touchdown? They kicked off, got a penalty, and the Cardinals had the ball like inside the 50 on a kickoff.
Yeah, it was a
face mask.
Face mask.
It was supposed to be called on Hopper, but they called it on Isaiah McDuffie.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I had some Coors Lights with me, but I saw that. But that's what I mean.
Nice. On brand.
If we can just, like, on these kickoffs, either get it in the landing zone and not get the ball at the 30, 35 all the time, or the 45, they're 45. A good team would have taken advantage of that. A better team, I think.
Yeah, I would agree.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We got two kickers, so and like Tausch, two things.
Yep.
I think you're right. Keep that kicker until you get something for him.
Yep.
You never know what's going to happen with Madness. Nothing wrong with having two kickers.
Okay, I agree.
Also, that hopscotch thing, that's gold, Jerry.
Appreciate you.
Gold.
It is so nice that we have fans that will, because I'm telling you, it's irritating. It's like when you have a lake house and you look out in that lake. It's beautiful. Oh, what a great vista! And then after about 2 months, you're like, you just start taking it for granted.
You feel like you're taken for granted by us?
That's you too. That's you too. Maybe we should pick up a third kicker that is good at putting it in the loading zone there.
The loading zone.
I can't even get Jesse to listen to the show. He's wolfing down his third donut back there.
What are you doing? You're sitting down? What are you?
He's mailed it in.
I'm going to need you to hit another button.
He can't. He's licking his fingers. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, whoever's coming in to produce next is really going to be happy with old Jelly Donuts licked up fingers hitting every button around there.
There's little remnants of the
He got a little
donut.
Oh, I can't.
Go boo in a donut shop.
I can't hit this button. There's too much glaze.
Go boo in a bar.
Go boo at a casino or go boo in a donut shop.
Go boo at the UU Noodle Bar. If you can't get him to say that tonight, I'm going to be really disappointed in you.
All right, we got 2 more calls. Can we please get to them?
I'd like to retire Jelly Donut immediately.
That was amazing. Let's go to Gene in Sun Prairie. Gene, I'm sorry to have kept you waiting with our nonsense. How are you today?
Oh, I'm great, guys. And I have a quick story for you about Dodger Stadium. Ooh. I was lucky enough to go to the 1978 World Series before you guys were born when the Yankees played the Dodgers. And that game I saw was one of the incredible performances by Reggie Jackson. He hit 3 home runs during that game, and that was just a really exciting thing to see. We were along the first base line, and Ohtani is now taken over as a great hitter, but to see Jackson perform back then was really amazing. And I'm pretty sure the Yankees ended up winning that series, but Dodger Stadium's an electric
Mr. October.
So, yeah, he was incredible.
You're so predictable.
But that was a good one. But I do have a quick positive I wanted to share. I think to really feel like the special teams you can watch and not hold your breath the whole time was really nice. To have Haversick in there as the sub, he kicked that and set a record. What was it, 61?
61 yards
there.
Yep.
I think if he would have kicked again, he could have hit it all the way to Edinburgh, probably.
Oh,
nice. That's a good one. I would prefer that he kicked it to Edinburgh, personally.
Well, that's in Illinois, right?
Nicely done. Gene, great call. Do you have anything else? Because I'd like to keep you longer.
Sure. Just a quick negative. I've been following Aaron Rodgers the last few weeks, and all of the people that analyze him say he's been really good with his quick release. He's getting rid of it in 2.5 seconds or less.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's going to be trouble for our defensive backs. They're going to have to figure out how to keep it out of Metcalf's hands, how to keep it out of the other tight ends. Because I don't think the defensive line's going to have time. He's going to get rid of it before they get to him. So I'm not sure what the strategy Hafley's going to cook up to counter that.
Now, first of all, great call. Secondly, I can guarantee you this. There is no way in God's green earth that the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to take the arrogant and misguided approach that the Arizona Cardinals took with Paris Johnson and whoever their right tackle is, of singling up their tackles on Micah Parsons. And Tausch mentioned this earlier. This is one of the aspects of the game that we did not probably cover sufficiently today. He was stunned that they did that. And he had 10 pressures and 3 sacks because they had a galactically stupid game plan against him. And while Jacoby Brissett, I think, is a better player than he has ever gotten credit for. He has been, we think Malik Willis is a good backup, and he is. But this guy's shown it in multiple stops that he can win when he's your backup. He did a great job of getting the ball out of his hand quickly for a lot of the game, but what happened as soon as he held it? Boom. There was Micah Parsons on top of him.
Well, I threw that touchdown right before the half, too. He held it for a while.
He did.
I couldn't believe what was seen. And I actually think Micah going out for that one snap and then coming back in is actually genius. Because, not that he was tired, but I don't know if maybe their coordinator didn't see it or if they didn't realize it. But, yeah, that was coaching negligence 101 right there.
Agreed. All right, let's get to our final
What
call.
if their right tackle went over to the coach after the game like old boy did with when he dropped the ball? You never do that, but you get my point.
Yeah. Also, I don't know. I'm not here to tell right guards how to behave, but when the right tackle gets beat for the final sack, the right guard starts yelling at the right tackle. And I kind of wanted to say to the right guard, hey, you try to block that guy one-on-one, and we'll see how that goes. Because I thought that was interesting. Not that any of your guards would have ever done that to you, by the way. Let's take one more call. Let's go to Patrick in Minneapolis. Patrick, good morning. Welcome to Wilde and Tausch. Thanks for holding on so long. You get the floor to close out our calls today. What do you got?
Oh, wow. Big
no
shoes
pressure.
to fill here. Yeah, no kidding. You guys might remember I'm a distance runner. And so in a marathon, right, at some point you are going to get punched in the face. It's a given. It is not going to be
by somebody watching the race.
I didn't think marathons were a contact sport.
It's physical out there.
I thought they just gave you bananas.
I thought you guys were well versed and familiar with analogies.
I love it. I think he meant more. Guys, hey, let me explain it to them, Patrick. I think he meant more like the mental toll of running 26.2. Not
heartbreak
like some
type
water
of a deal.
dude throwing water at him and then hitting him with a right cross.
Bonk.
I'm sorry I had to explain that to these two. All right, continue.
God, what would we do without Tausch?
Wow. Exactly. So, your training, though, is what helps you practice absorbing those punches so that you're calloused and battle-tested when you race. Yesterday, the Packers absorbed the punches. They didn't lie down. They didn't roll over. They fought. They found a way. And regardless of the quality of the competition, that matters both for yesterday's game and for how they move forward, provided that they can keep learning from their mistakes, shore up gaps. We talk about, the team having an identity, something they can hang their hat on. I don't know who they are just yet, but I feel good knowing that they're maybe getting to know themselves better through overcoming adversity, absorbing those punches together, and I'm eager to see how they choose to shape their own identity in the coming weeks and months.
Patrick, great call, great analogy. What's the appropriate age for someone to start training for a marathon? I'm not asking for myself. I'm asking for Matt.
For sure.
53.
I would say wait till college.
Okay.
I don't think I'm not sure high schoolers need to be, especially if they're on a team. Their training, their focus needs to be on the 5Ks for cross country.
Totally agree. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Good. I'm glad we're on the same page with that and getting punched in the face during a marathon. Thanks for the call, buddy.
You're welcome.
But Jesse hung up on him.
God, that was another awkward silence. But luckily it happened later in the show. I have to ramp it up.
I appreciate you filling it, though, because that's what you do well.
Somebody had to. Joel Jelly just... I'm not going to even get
his donut.
He's trying to wipe the glaze off all the buttons for Hunter.
We'll see if Jesse can recover from his donut eating to preside over Whoa Nelly. Next, brought to you by Duncan. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Mark Tauscher here for Chalmers Jewelers. I've been a big fan of Scott, Garrett, and the whole team at Chalmers Jewelers for years now. I go there, my friends go there, and most importantly, my wife loves it whenever I get her something from Chalmers Jewelers. It's my go-to spot for birthdays, anniversaries, and any special occasion. For quality jewelry and a great experience, choose Chalmers Jewelers, the place to go for that perfect gift. Stop at Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton and Madison.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison.
Time out on the field. Let's bring in Gina Della from Pella. What's the winning game plan this month?
Wayne, a whole house of new windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 60 months.
Wow, that's a drive you can sustain for years. No penalties, no extra interest.
And unlike opponents, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin actually stops the drafts.
Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Make your move today at PellaWI.com.
Zero restrictions apply. It's 10/31/2025.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right and naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything, from the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
It takes a team to meet just about any goal, and that's as true on the football field as it is in the office. So it's good to know that you have the Gordon Flesch Company on your side. For more than 60 years, GFC has provided cutting-edge office technology for companies of all sizes, and as the nation's largest Canon dealer, GFC delivers the latest office technology, service, and is supported by the most experienced professionals in the industry. That's business technology managed. Visit gflesh.com to learn more.
Looking to join an international quality golf club right here in Madison? For a limited time at TPC Wisconsin, enjoy full golf privileges and all club amenities without full dues. Pay just $150 per month through March to maintain your full golf membership with no golf dues until April 1st. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Schedule a tour or submit a membership inquiry at tpcwisconsin.com and start enjoying the private golf club experience you deserve. That's tpcwisconsin.com.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious with multiple engine options and impressive towing. While Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability, making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Shop the Pig! The new Piggly Wiggly Pig Points program is here, and earning rewards just got easier. Now you'll earn 10 Pig Points for every $1 you spend, and redeem those points on your favorite products right in the store. It's simple, it's rewarding, and it's all right here at your neighborhood Piggly Wiggly. So shop more, earn more, and save more only at Piggly Wiggly. Sign up today at shopthepig.com.
Piggly Wiggly, shop the pig!
You hear that? That's the sound of Pepsi Zero Sugar, the better tasting, more refreshing Zero Sugar Cola. Listen to that endless pour. Pure refreshment. If it sounds this good, just imagine how it tastes. Oh yeah, so good. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Let your taste decide.
We're on the Badgers.
This is the product we're getting. This is the 2025 Wisconsin Badgers.
Because we're on Wisconsin sports.
My question right now is, when is enough enough?
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN.
Take my heart, don't break it. Love me to my bones. All this time I wasted. You were right there.
As Mr. Fantasy in our ESPN Milwaukee YouTube chat says, time for old Jelly to do Whoa Nelly.
If the topic is good, the guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocker's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I gotta stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Whoa Nelly
on Wilde and Tausch.
The Brewers season came to an end at the hands of Shohei Ohtani and the Los Angeles Dodgers on Friday night.
It sure did.
This is just what you anticipated when you made that proclamation 2 years ago, right?
Kinda. Doesn't feel as disappointing as an end to a Brewers season as many of the other ones
because they got
have.
swept?
I think it's because they got swept and dominated in all 4 games, and they had advanced in the playoffs. And it's not, as we have learned as Brewers fans, it's not easy to win a playoff series at all, let alone advance to be one of the final 4 teams left in it. So,
are you saying you would rather have lost this way than have lost Game 7 at AmFam Field?
If you lose a Game 7, like the way they lost to the Mets in Game 3 last year, that was far more excruciatingly disappointing than the way that they lost to Ohtani and the Dodgers this year. I mean, when you get dominated the way that they did with the starting pitching and the bats going cold, like it's kind of a slow death in a way, but it's also like you're braced for it. Like we pronounced, Dunzo the Clown showed up here on Friday morning and there was still a game left to go, and he was exactly right. Like it just it felt more like the Packers losing in the NFC Championship game to the Falcons
with Gooch at guard
than it did to the Seahawks in 2014.
That's fair.
And I'm okay with that. Like, I'm disappointed the Brewers aren't going to win a World Series this year, of course. We talked plenty about that on Friday's show. But it still it felt easier to cope over the weekend with the Brewers season coming to an end the way that it did. Do you agree?
No. I had tickets for tonight's game. I was excited to go down. It makes
you
me
get a refund on that?
I think that's how that works, right?
Yeah, digital tickets.
I think it makes me a little sad because this was the best team we've ever had when it comes to record, and the fact that I think Jesse speaks for a lot of Brewers fans. It's aw shucks, like we're just not good enough to beat this team, and that's okay. Are we ever going to get over the hump? I don't know. This seemed like a pretty good year to do it. And you're right, we were dominated. We couldn't hit. Should we have done something different? I saw something the other day after we got beat. And in essence, it was the Dodgers are basically trying to ruin baseball, and the Milwaukee Brewers are trying to trade their starting pitcher that makes $8 million a year. That's the difference of where we're at. So it is disappointing. I think most of us you just wonder what's next. Because it's so hard for these when you have to constantly tinker with your roster and keep replacing your veterans that you want in those postseason games. You have to continue to maneuver and hope that young players will elevate and get up there. And there's a lot to be bright future, as Jeff Passan said, just the start of this 5-year run. But there's just something it just felt like we kind of pittered out. And that made me a little bit bummed.
Agreed. What do you have in there? Is that it looks like spray deodorant. Which would be an odd choice.
I'm drinking spray deodorant with my jelly donut.
Jesse, did you want to get to the Badgers during your Whoa Nelly, or are we out of time?
No, we're still reading that letter from McIntosh.
Darn it.
It's Barnwellian. We'll have to get to that tomorrow.
Have we booked the Badgers Outsider for tomorrow?
We have not. Should we?
I would like to have, if he's willing to join us, and because we're kind of in a tough spot these days.
How about the Brewers or the Badgers Radio Network analyst?
No, I don't want to put. Again, he does a really good job. As much as I'd love to have him, we'll have to save him for after the Oregon game.
I haven't had him on at all this year.
Well, we'll have him on after he gets back from Oregon. We will wrap things up today. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Mark Tauscher here for Pizza Hut, and let me tell you, Pizza Hut delivers a win every time with the Big Dinner Box. For just $19.99, get 2 medium, 1-topping pizzas, 8 boneless wings, and 5 breadsticks. Feed your whole team for one unbeatable price. Choose your crust, hand-tossed, pan, thin and crispy, or even tavern style. Order now for delivery or carry out at pizzahut.com or on the Pizza Hut app. The Big Dinner Box for just $19.99, only at Pizza Hut. And remember, no one outpizzas the Hut.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by Bruner Realty, providing excellent real estate and property management services in the Madison area for over 30 years. Contact their team at BrunerRealtyInc.com to get housed today. Strong words from Coach.
I mean, it's too damn late now.
Barry Alvarez sounding off as Wisconsin still searches for its identity under Luke Fickell. Coach recalling the steps he took to make the changes necessary to become a Big Ten powerhouse. More from the Barry Alvarez Show.
That has to happen in the offseason, in 2 days, preseason. Our identity was we're going to be physical because they were physical every day. You weren't going to play or you weren't going to come close to the field.
Get a whole house of new Pella windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 60 months.
Wow. Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Grassland Butter is built by tradition right here in Wisconsin. Grassland is family-owned and has been crafting butter for 5 generations. That's why at Grassland Butter, you're more than just an employee, you're family. The Wietrich family believes in supporting each other, growing together, and building a workplace where everyone feels valued. Your voice matters at Grassland Dairy. Your success is our success. Join a team where culture isn't just a buzzword, it's how we live every day. Check us out online at grassland.com. That's grassland.com.
Hey, it's John Hayes, owner of Goodman's Jewelers. Come in and discover the high standards, classic traditions, honesty, integrity, and elegance when you walk through our doors. For over 90 years, customers have returned again and again to our warm boutique setting. Trust me, because I've been there for over 40 of them. Whether it's time to come back or your first time in, stop by Goodman's Jewelers at 220 State Street today. Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
Ben Brust here to tell you about the Princeton Club. If you're looking for a place where you can better yourself while having a wonderful atmosphere, you have it at the Princeton Club. Strong communities, strong body, and strong mind. All it takes is one small step to start today. You will see that you have everything you need in order to achieve all of your goals. Find your better tomorrow at the Princeton Club. 8 Madison locations where you go in there, you take a tour, and you realize this is a place for me. Find more at PrincetonClub.net.
Don't be haunted by high prices this Halloween. Metro Ford of Madison has frightfully good deals waiting just for you. Right now, drive home the all-new 2025 Ford F-150 or F-150 STX. Or escape the ordinary in a 2025 Ford Escape. Both with just 2.9% APR for up to 66 months. Only $16.41 per month for $1,000 finance. But hurry, these scary good offers vanish November 3rd. Visit MetroFordOfMadison.com today, where the deals are a treat, never a trick.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
We're on the Badgers.
If Maryland wasn't the final straw, okay. If Iowa wasn't the final straw, all right. If this isn't the final straw, when is enough enough? It's time to move on.
This is 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Let's make tonight the weekend. I don't wanna wait. I don't wanna wait. I don't wanna wait. Got no reason not to celebrate. Baby, I just don't wanna wait.
Oh, shoot. We're out of time. We can't talk Badgers. We will see if we can make that happen tomorrow.
Just finish that letter.
What letter do you keep referring to?
On social media. Aren't you on, like, Twitter, bruh?
I am. You're blurry again.
I am. It happens. Chris McIntosh wrote a letter to Badger Nation that's been making
after he
the
got done
rounds
talking to the team, apparently, according to the Wisconsin State Journal.
Allegedly, yeah.
Sounds like a good conversation for tomorrow with the Badgers Outsider and Evan Cohen scheduled to appear. That is it for us today.
Or tonight on the Barry Alvarez Show at the Hard Rock Casino, Rockford.
Go Boo in a casino.
Yeah.
Go Boo in a bar.
That's so good.
Well done, Jason. Great drop. You killed it. We'll do it again tomorrow. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full show podcasts are available free on the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mark